It is Saturday night. It is content. We are here tonight. We're talking with Matt Burke, I believe is his real name. He just kind of switches he's gone real quick to grab a couple beers because it's just that kind of time, just have a couple drinks, talk Conan, which if you follow me on X, you know that I haven't seen a lot of movies. Conan the Barbarian is one of them. So I watched it yesterday. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about his comic campaign that he's currently running called Hell War, and we're just going to see how things go. But uh, this week, today, I didn't do a lot of research into Conan as I would have liked to today. My wife, as I'm putting together the slideshow and stuff, my wife about 9 o'clock this morning says, "Oh, we should," and it's apparently super important, rearrange the entire garage. So that's what that's what I did. But, um, so yeah, we're just going to talk about that a bit. We're going to talk about just talking about beer just before the I don't know, is it because we're getting older that we can't drink beer as much, or
A little bit, yeah. You
it,
start getting allergic to it and bloated. It's
yeah.
it's like moving around kind of sluggishly. I don't know,
Yeah,
something
I
like that.
mean, I would never really was like much of a drinker. Like it really was like I've been drunk once to the point where I stood up and I was like, I don't like this. I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and I don't enjoy this.
You're like, I don't like this, huh?
So I typically get to just tipsy. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't need any more.
that's
That's it.
good.
Oh, we got let's do a real quick. We got radio stories now. Says first, she said in the chat, "How you doing?" And we got a Batmark in the chat as well. So,
Hey, there I am. Ew.
so before we get into the movie here in a little bit, um, and we'll get more into Hell War afterwards, but let's just get a little quick rundown of like a elevator pitch for if you can, because I I talked to, I forget who it was, but they're on stream, and the joke was they'd hit the stop button for the elevator pitch because it was pretty long.
Oh, okay. Oh, for sure. Well, for Hell War, it's about this heavy metal biker Viking. It takes place in the '90s, and he basically moonlights as a bounty hunter for the hell for Helheim, the goddess of hell, Helnora. And he's been working with her for her for about hundreds of years, almost 1,000 years, and he's on his last mission, his last bounty. And once he finishes that, she's going to set him free of a curse, but also set his brother free, Wreckbolt. But the problem is something always goes wrong on the last day of the job.
Mhm.
He also during the day he's a mechanic. He works at Volking Repairs, and he's also in a band called Hell War, which is named after him. It's his he's a guitar player.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's inspired by a million different things I like, but I mean fans of like Incredible Hulk, Thor, also Lobo. You're gonna probably dig it. Format, the book's gonna be basically 12 by 12. It's meant to look like a record, an actual heavy metal record.
Nice.
It's gonna be black and white, 106 pages. The book's gonna have this grimy, dirty, sludgy look to it. You're gonna have whiteout in there. There's also gonna be a lot of coffee stains, black and white. So that's the look of the book. Not every book I'm gonna do is like that, but that's just what I'm going for this.
Yeah.
Like the band made it. But yeah, 106 pages, black and white, and yeah, it's got the tone of like Army of Darkness. It's a lot of gore, but also a lot of heart too.
Nice. Cool. And we'll look at a little bit at the campaign probably after we talk about the movie and stuff. But yeah, just usually I talk, we talk about things like what we've read this week, comic wise and stuff. I haven't gotten any new comics. I haven't gotten anything in the
Oh,
mail, but
okay.
I started reading Micronauts.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Just
Or
out of the blue. Yeah, out of the blue, I was going through I don't know if you've heard of Hoopla. It's a library app.
no, no, I've never heard of
So
it.
check it out, see if you got it. But if you have a library card and it's in your area, you can get it, and you get, I think it's 5, maybe 6 checkouts a month, and they have a ton of comics on there.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
So I was like, well, I don't know what to read. I'll check this one out because it's man, what is it, like 400 pages?
Oh, wow. That's
And
crazy.
it's an yeah, omnibus. So I'm like, yeah, might as well start
Get in
that.
there.
And I know it was a toy line, and I looked it up, and the toys look really lame, but so far the comic's pretty good.
Mm, that's cool. Yeah, this week there really wasn't. I didn't go to the store this week. I'm a Wednesday warrior,
Oh
but
yeah.
I normally just pick up. I'm picking up Conan. Conan's killing it right now. There's been a resurgence with Conan because the comics are so good. Jim
Mm.
Zub's been writing it, and Savage Sword's been coming out too. But I've also been picking up the Punisher. That's been pretty good.
Yeah, I've been seeing
Um,
stuff about that.
yeah, that's been pretty good. Also, Infernal Hulk's been pretty good. I really like Nick Klein's artwork, so I've been picking that up. He's basically, his body's got hijacked by a Lovecraftian god. So
Mm.
it's pretty bad. So
Nice.
Banner and Hulk do not have control of the body of the flesh. So
No.
it's pretty wild. But
Yeah.
those are some of the books. Thundar the Barbarian. I've been reading that. I just kind of discovered Thundar. I had heard about him, but I didn't know exactly the whole deal with him. But now I know he's a precursor to He-Man. I thought he was a ripoff of He-Man, but no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
yeah.
no. He came out first. So
Are you reading, is it new stuff from
yeah,
Tundar?
it's by Jason Aaron. So he's hit or miss. Like I didn't like what he did to Thor or what he destroyed the Punisher, but he actually wrote a really good Conan story in Savage Sword of Conan, a 2-parter that was really good. And then
I
he's
don't know
killing
if
it
that.
on Thundar right now. So hit or miss.
Nice. Nice. All right, we got also Cole King saying hi. This is
Hey,
a
how's it
great
going?
subject, he says. One of his favorites is Conan, I'm assuming. And we got Bootlegger, and he says
Yeah, Bootlegger.
Thundar is fun.
Yeah, and it's on Tubi right now for free. I just finished the cartoon, and it's Jack Kirby, the king of the comics. He was a big art director on
Mhm.
the show, so you see lots of Kirbyisms all over, and the show's pretty metal. It's a pretty
Nice.
metal cartoon. It's pretty brutal for
So
1982.
he did Thunder. Was it Toth who did the, oh, what are they called? The ones with the big rock creature who's all in shadow.
Mm.
Oh, what is that cartoon called? Hanna Barbera.
Oh
eh,
yeah, I think I might have missed that one. That might have been before
yeah,
my time.
yeah,
Thundar was
yeah. I mean,
before me like 2 years. That's why I was a He-Man kind of kid, and Conan. My dad put me up on Conan, so that's how I learned about
so
that.
is okay. Is Thundar as um let's say spicy, zesty as He-Man is?
Mm,
So I hadn't seen He-Man stuff in a long time. I remember going like to the theater
yeah,
to see the He-Man She-Ra movie, but that was like years ago. And I
yeah.
went to show my kids that maybe it was that movie, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, and played some of it, and I was like, man, I get why my dad didn't want me watching this. This is He's kind of all the pink, and then there's a scene where him and some other guy are
Oh,
riding together on an animal, and there's a lot of movement, and yeah, there's
well, like as a kid, I mean, I didn't know about that really too. I didn't really pick up on that if that's what that was,
mhm,
but I'll tell you, man, like when the reboot for Cartoon Network, it was in the early 2000s, what they did with that He-Man, it's badass, dude. So I'm
oh,
showing my
nice.
son that one, and that one's on Prime right now. And so, yeah, there's that. There's different iterations of He-Man too, but I went back and tried to watch the original cartoon. I just couldn't jive with it. It was just
Mhm. Yeah,
too cheesy, not
yeah,
And
yeah,
Thundar came out before that. I like Thundar. It's a post-apocalyptic. The world it's 2,000 years after the apocalypse. Everyone's dead. And it's
yeah,
it's kind of like an evolution if you will, kind of something like that Howard did with his universe, the writer Conan creator.
Yeah, nice. I will have to check it out sometime when I got free the TV to myself.
Yeah, right.
Um, Thundar is high tea, says Bootlegger.
Yeah, it's a little cheesy, but it's fun, and the animation's pretty good for the time. I think it's better than He-Man, like way better.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like I remember Thundar being out, He Man as well. I was a GI Joe guy.
Yeah, J. Joe's pretty badass.
That
I,
was
I,
that
I
was
like
the
the
one.
toys.
Yeah, but okay, so for my money, I know everyone loves the Transformers because of how like I mean they're really cool. Like but GI Joe to me were the greatest because of their was it 3.5 inch size.
Yeah,
You could
yeah,
carry two of them in your pockets. You had action wherever you went.
yeah, yeah. And then they had so many vehicles. That was so cool. And for me,
Yeah,
what I liked
and
about the He-Man toys is they could take a beating, man. You could just throw them against the wall and like just make them, you know. But even like the
oh yeah, yeah,
remastered, the remake ones now, they're not as strong. They have to poke in a little more articulation. But yeah,
oh yeah.
that's why I liked it.
He said, Bootlegger always wanted Thundar's sun sword.
Yeah, the Sun Sword's badass. He's got a
How-
lightsaber. He's got a lightsaber, dude. So it's him and then a witch. It's him and a witch, and like there's a little bit of like flirtation, little flirtiness going on, but they never pursue it. And there's only 22 episodes. It just kind of ends. But what I like about it is it's after the apocalypse, 1,000 years. So you have science, and then you have like sorcery kind of going hand in hand. And he's an ex-slave, so there's a little bit of Cole in there too. Cole the Conqueror. And then there's this guy, this
yeah,
big kind of half. I don't know. He's basically like kind of like Sabretooth named Upla, and he's like this big like beast man that kind of goes around. It's just the three of them. They're just going around, and it's entertaining. And just seeing Jack Kirby's artwork kind of like in the background, and they're putting some of his concepts from the
yeah. I
actual
have to check
cartoon
it out.
on the covers. So it's like this is dope. And for the
Yeah,
for the comic, they have to make it a little gritty because everyone that watched the cartoon, they're in their 50s now and late 40s. So they
yeah,
have to they got to kind of bring it up a little bit so that the comic's bloody. It's real bloody. It's bloody and like a little more. They go into his
yeah.
origins, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the cartoon to see some of Kirby's stuff in there.
It's charming. It's a charming but pretty badass cartoon. I like Loki like it more than He-Man.
He would a bootlegger would take his GI Joes apart and mix them up. I'm going to call that
Sacrilege.
Philistine. Yeah, sacrilegious. Like, what are you
Sacrilege.
doing? Like, Thundar Princess and a Wookiee.
Yeah,
All
pretty
right,
much.
so Thundar, He-Man, all of them, all these
Barbarian.
sword and barbarian style things, all of them could be traced back to one guy in particular, and that is Conan. He's going to be our. Wait, I got
Yep.
a little picture to put up because we're going to the movies. How's that?
Hell yeah.
Again, as always, never any AI in my little pictures. Just good old
You do
fashioned
the AI,
tracing.
man.
Um,
Mm.
I'm not 100% against it. I've messed around with some songs and stuff, but
Yeah.
I want to keep this stupid little stream as like punk rock as possible.
Yeah, me too, man. Like I have a whole video on it. Like I don't want to offend anybody, about my stuff on it. But yeah, I'm with you on that, brother. I'll just leave it at that.
there's some things like I'll tell you this. If I could make something that would make me a buttload of money with AI that didn't infringe upon like okay in the comic space like I would never make a comic and not hire an artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the whole point. I love
Yeah.
the fact that people can draw, that people like like you and I when we were young, something about a comic book caught our attention, and we're like, we want something. This is in our life from now on, and we want to be part of it, right?
100%.
Um, and so, like, I wouldn't want to take that away from someone.
It's the soul, man. It's the connective tissue, and then some people that sees the art, they share a bond with something in your art that's intrinsic to them. I don't know. There's a lot of things about human art versus AI, but
Yeah.
again, I don't want to ruffle any feathers.
But I will say this for music, movies, everything that's being, well, not everything, there's, you can still find gold out there. But for the most part, the vast majority of the population is already listening to stuff that's been so filtered, so produced that they'll never tell the difference. And if I can get them to give me millions of dollars by making some dumb song, I'll do it.
Hey, whatchamacallit, like, like if you make a cure for cancer or something, or I don't know, make a AI heart, then that's cool,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but I hear you.
But but at the same time, like if I'm in a band, like I'm gonna
Hmm.
do the band thing,
Oh
for
yeah,
real.
dude. Oh, for reals.
But
Yeah.
anyways, as we were talking about just a minute ago, we got some Conan to talk about because I had never seen it. And if you have seen my stream before, the thing, the what is segments, things that we do, movies, music, or comics. With the movies, apparently I haven't seen a lot of movies. I thought I
Hey,
had.
that's good. I envy you. That means you got a lot of stuff to look forward to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's the way I see it.
in the last year, movies that I have seen: RoboCop, Die Hard, Lethal
Oh
Weapon,
yeah. You've seen some good ones, dude.
Conan, like a
Yeah.
bunch of them that like for the first time.
Two of my favorite movies, bro. And when I watch
Nice.
these movies, I watch them cut. Like I watched, because back in the day we get to watch movies rated for television. Remember?
Mhm.
So like I got to, and I like that. I think that's cool. Like I wish I could show my kids some stuff from these movies, but it has to be
Yeah.
completely edited down to like PG and certain things. And back
Mhm.
then I didn't care. I liked it. It was cool. But then you get older and you see these rated R versions. You're like, whoa, it's a new movie. And then you get the director's cut, and then
Yeah.
it levels up again. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I watched Conan for the first. What were the other? Do you remember movies that? Because I'm pretty sure I saw most of them that
That
you
one,
sent.
I recommend. My top three is Conan the Barbarian's number one, but then a close two second would be RoboCop and Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, that's right.
I like to call it Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, because that's really what it is. But it's the closest thing to the book. That and the new Eggers Nosferatu are the two closest to the actual Stoker novel, in my humble opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that the Dracula was the other one I hadn't seen. It was a toss up between Conan and Dracula. So maybe if you have a good time, you'll have to come back on for
Yeah, for
Dracula.
sure.
But
Oh yeah, 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 absolutely.
so what we do here is we really do. I have 89 slides and two clips, and we're just going to talk about the movie and what 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 we liked. Maybe if there was things that we thought maybe could have been better, whatever. But first off, I want to know, what is your history with Conan the Barbarian? Where did you see it first? What drew you to it? And you know what's Conan mean to you?
Conan the Barbarian, I was first introduced to it. I believe my dad showed me. He had taped it off TV and kind of just showed me the movie, and that kind of, that was it. I was just kind of sucked into it. Then later on in life, I found out about Frazetta and saw the paintings. I always loved the movie cover though, but that was done in a Frazetta style, but it wasn't Frazetta. I forget the artist. He just passed away, I think, last year. He does phenomenal work. He did Army of Darkness cover too as well. But
Mm,
that introduced me to Conan. Um, then later on, I got a little older, and then I found out that Conan the Destroyer, which is part two, and that one's PG-13. They really wanted to capitalize on the younger audience and make toys and stuff like that. So part two
mm.
of this movie, new director, new. It's like a totally different tone. It's not the same vibe at all. It's just, yeah, it's a fun movie, but it's not as good as this at
That's
all. Can't hold a
that's
candle to it.
uh that's the one with is it Grace Jones?
Yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah,
think it's a fun movie. In some ways, it has a little more Robert E. Howard stuff in it. Because ultimately, this movie is more a Cole story than it is a Conan story. So they changed a lot. But what he did in the
yeah.
universe, it's like a Robert E. Howard universe brought to life. And I like I love what he did. But again, yeah, it's not 100% a Conan story. That's why some purists don't like it. Um,
Mm.
But yeah, then later on, I found out about the Jason Momoa movie was coming out because I had just become like enthralled with the artwork by Frank Frazetta, and I kind of got into that movie. I followed that movie on the message boards before they even, I think, before they even hired Momoa. I was already just kind of in the Robert E. Howard Conan forums on back in the day, in the movie forums. And I followed
Yeah.
that movie. That movie came out. I thought it was cool, but it wasn't really as good as this one. Dark Horse, in conjunction with that, released their whole brand new Conan line. And what they with that they wanted to release stories that were in line with the timeline of his life from his youth all the way into his later king years. Because in the Conan books, it's from the age of 14 all the way up to like I believe 60. So, and they're all done randomly out of order, so they're just kind of quick pulpy stories.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. So
I
that was,
I I have listened to I think about three of the books, the
oh,
Howard
nice.
books. Um, I those, and then I wanted to get into what's his other Solomon Kane.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted to get into those, but I
It's just
ran
as
out
good.
of listening hours and has since spaced them. So,
They have a bunch of really good free ones too on YouTube channels that do it as well.
oh, nice. I
Um,
have to look those up.
yeah, and Solomon Kane is equally as good. And then Cole is his great grandfather from the Atlantean, the Thurian age,
Hmm.
um, which they share the same bloodline theoretically. And he was the first barbarian that Howard wrote, but he was a little more heady, a little more sketchy. Like
Yeah.
always thinking, a little bit taller. But he is the OG barbarian, and then But anyways, I digress. Back to you know. So anyway, they released those stories for Dark Horse, and I really dug those. Randomly throughout high school, my buddy, I would get Marvel Conan, and I'd also get some. I didn't really get any Savage Sword. None of my friends had that, but a lot of them we would have random like this Conan from Marvel, and I'd look at
Mhm.
that and say, "Oh, this is cool," but I like a little more of the gore. Back then, like
Yeah, yeah.
everything was kind of edged, more gore. It still kind of is, but and they were really doing that with the with the Dark Horse run. So,
Yeah.
but pretty much since like that time, like in basically junior high, I've just been like following Conan, and Conan was just always my like favorite movie. And this song, this song by Basil Polidorus, he did the music for this, and he also did it for RoboCop, and I love both of those scores. Are easily my two favorite scores, along with a million other people.
Yeah,
And
the score, yeah, we'll have to touch on that because it carries a lot of the weight in this movie.
it does, yeah, it's all
Yeah.
the operatic tone of it.
Yeah. And the director, John Milius,
Yeah,
I was, like I said, I was trying to do a little research today. Directed a few good things, but he's written a ton of
tons of
stuff.
shit. Yeah, and the
I was,
John Goodman character is based off of him in The Big Lebowski. That's actually they based him off of John Milius.
oh, really?
So that crazy character looks like him, acts like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, little tidbit.
I was looking like not only like he's written for video games, Medal of Honor games, like
Dirty Harry.
all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Dirty
It's all
Harry.
over. He's awesome. Yeah, prayers go out to him.
Um,
He's not doing too well right
what?
now. They're probably
Oh
going to
no.
use some of his script for the new movie too, because they're going to try to make a new Conan movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh
Because
yeah, I saw that. King Conan.
yeah, and the script's been around for like 20 years. It's based off of Phoenix on the Sword and Hour of the Dragon, I think. Those are
Hmm,
the two last
nice.
kind of stories in his timeline, not published but timeline.
Yeah. Oh wait, let's do this. Yeah. Solomon Kane is great too.
Oh yeah,
I
equally as good.
I think I would be more geared towards Solomon Kane than Conan because um I having I'm more versed in like the Puritans and the Reformation, like his mindset is probably
Yeah,
closer to something I'd be able to grasp.
to connect with.
Yeah, yeah. But
Well,
so
just
the
Conan
movie,
too. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we can get back to the movie.
oh no worries. The movie starts off music is like you said, operatic. It's very big, very theatrical. And it starts off all about steel. It's
Yeah,
metallurgy, it's sparks flying, it's tempering the sword in the snow, and it kind of sets the tone for um this scene where young Conan and his father are discussing what's the point of life, basically, is what it is.
Yeah.
And he's giving him some good fatherly advice, which
Yeah.
is you can't trust anything except for good hard steel.
Not the women of the world or the beasts, but this Conan, this you could trust. Great actor
Mhm.
too, by the way. I think his name's William Ford or Stout. I forgot. I'm horrible with names, but
Yeah,
yeah,
so
he's
am I.
great in here. And this scene too really just kind of juxtaposes with the whole forging of the sword into this scene. As a
Mhm.
young kid, you're with Conan as a young kid, so you kind of go with him in the story, and that's just gonna lock you in as if you're watching
Yeah,
this at like a certain age.
I I did not know what to expect from this movie. Like I had accidentally, and this is months ago, started the other Conan movie with Grace Jones,
Oh, okay,
and
Destroyer.
I, yeah, and I thought that that was the first one, and so I was
Right.
like, oh, they just jump right into it. There's no backstory. This is just Conan's this guy. But then I start. Oh, there's a backstory. Like it's like a history. Covered in the books. Is this his childhood kind of relatively the same?
No, this never happens in the book. They change it for the movie. In the book, you don't know any. You only know that his father was a blacksmith and he had a mother, but that's all you know. And he had a grandfather that left Samaria and went. He had wanderlust and he went around and told stories, and so that really inspired him and planted the wanderlust bug within Conan. So that's what he did. And he left when he was about 14 years old, and he stormed the gates of Venarium, a fortification wall, and moved on and went up to the northern area. It's the only in the northern story in all of the 22 stories that Howard wrote for Conan, called the Frost Giant's Daughter, and he fights
Hmm.
frost giants, and they're the famous Frazetta painting. That's a good story. That's the first Conan story, actually, is the Frost Giant's Daughter.
Oh, nice. So and he was 14 when he started like
Yeah, yeah, that's what's so
taking
cool
over.
about it. And if I recommend everybody to read or listen to the Hyborian essay, and then read Frost Giant's Daughter. Like, I don't know, but with Conan, it doesn't matter. Howard wrote it to where it's pulp. You get in, you get out, have
Yeah,
fun, and it's just different times of his life. You know.
yeah. Bootlegger also says Conan was born on a battlefield.
Yep. Born on the battlefield.
Hmm.
They cover that in the Momo movie a little bit.
So nice little, father son moment here.
Mhm.
And then cut to some city life or village life, I should say, where we learn that Conan's mom's the hottest woman in the movie. Um, I wrote Conan's mom is a MILF Mehe. Mom, I'd like to fight alongside with against mullet headed enemies.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But uh, okay, so you said earlier you're bad with names. I don't know anyone's names in this movie because there's so little talking. Like the only guy who I remember, no, James Earl Jones' character is Set
It's Thulsa Doom, and
Tulsa Doom.
he's actually a villain from Call, but they put him in
Oh,
here, and in theory he could still be around. You never really know what happened to him. He
yeah.
probably still is around because Howard had the first shared universe. His universe
Hmm,
started with the Atlantean Age, the Thurian Age, and it went across for like a million years into the 1930s. He was
nice.
like a pioneer with a lot of different things. Shared universe. In the 1930s, he had characters like El Borak, which is like this tomb raiding pulp character like Indiana Jones, and
Hmm.
then Kirwan and Conrad. There were occult detectives that were like Constantine, and Hellboy,
Oh
and
yeah.
Scully and Mulder. But they his spirit like somehow went through time, and he's took over like a gangster. I think in New York, Tulsa Doom, because he prays to Set. Set is the main god, the
Okay,
snake
so
god, and they're always around, man. They're like the serpentine, the snake man. They're the one the shadow, the shadow empire, the shadow kingdom is, and that starts
oh,
with
nice.
Saul.
That's actually really
Howard
cool.
created that,
So
and they went on to make that show V, and You know, a lot of modern scientists, they or sci-fi, you know, just to pop culture and the zeitgeist took that from
Yeah,
Howard. That whole philosophy, that whole like theory of having, you know, the serpentine people like hiding behind masks, the shapeshifters, you know, a secret
yeah,
society, if you will.
the
It's wild.
reptilians.
The reptilians, yeah.
Yeah. Also, Bootlegger says he gave that same talk to his boys. They're living a good life. Things seem to be going pretty well, and then Thulsa Doom and his cronies show up and cause havoc and kill everyone. This this is a movie that had a lot of scenes that I wanted to get little video clips from, but
Yeah.
it would have taken forever. But the part where
No, I hear you, dude. It's my favorite
this
movie.
scene where he's holding her hand
Yeah, yeah.
and he Thulsa Doom cuts her head off and he's still looking forward and her hand slips out of his and he just holds his hand there. That beautiful scene, like great scene.
Oh yeah,
But
great. He's got the
and
blue
then
eyes. He's turning on that old Atlantean magic, you know.
yeah, old blue eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because in theory, that's the same Tulsa Doom from Cole, and Cole's in here. Cole's in this movie, you know. In theory,
Is he?
Yeah, and
Mhm.
so that's just it's kind of like low key. Milius just kind of took everything from Howard and what he liked and made it his Conan story, you know. Which
Yeah, yeah.
you know it is what it is. You know
Mhm.
we're lucky to have it.
Yeah, this his blue eyes though really did make him stand out, gave him that like just kind of otherworldly
Oh yeah,
strangeness.
yeah. He's
Um
definitely a sword and sorcery Vader in this movie.
yeah. And yeah, everyone's got I told my wife when I told her I was watching this, I said everyone in this movie has the hairdo of my ex-wife's mother.
Oh, with the bangs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of poofy and with the bangs, but
yeah.
um so I think I skipped a little too many pictures here, but Conan is taken prisoner as a child. The voiceover. What's the guy's name that did the wizard? What's his name? Do you know?
Mako.
Mako.
Yeah.
Sounds. I don't know if he is, but he sounds exactly like Master Splinter from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
No, I don't think he
Uh,
is. No, he's great. He's really
you
good
know,
in here, though. That's another thing too.
yeah.
Milius put like a little bit of an Asian influence, like the whole training of martial arts that never happens in you know that you in your face. It
Mhm.
doesn't happen really in the books, but it works great in the movie. Him pushing the stone, that's all total fabrication that never happens in the books, but it's great. It works great in the movie. That's kind of a Cole thing. Cole was a slave at a young age,
Hmm.
so
Yeah, I like I didn't notice it at first, but like slowly people were dropping off. There wasn't anyone else
yeah.
till it was just him pushing by himself. And uh, so, are we to assume that everyone else went the same route as him, where at some point they're like, "Okay, you're ready to fight"?
Um, you could. I mean, you could think that possibly. Yeah, that would be a fair assumption. But I think it's just really open to interpretation. You know, they could have
Yeah,
probably have gone anywhere. I think he just kind of picks the ones that he, wants to fight, become a fighter, and I think it's the
yeah.
redheaded guy, the redheaded kid. You know, I think that kid starts, obviously starts making money off Conan. And yeah. Mm.
Um, oh, the Mako did the voice of the Fire Uncle in the Avatar series.
Oh, cool.
That's actually kind of cool too. And he says he assumed that they died.
Yeah, that's
I did at first, but yeah, I did at first, but then I thought maybe that was something they were like. This was just getting them the strength, and they just pick them off one at a time,
a little bit of
and
both. That's what I think.
but
Like we'll put him in the pit.
yeah,
He could push it. He could die. He's strong. He's an ox.
um, and then he does become a fighter, and he begins to really do well.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually, this is one of the video clips,
Famous clip for the
just
movie.
because maybe where it's
Conan. Wow. got on this grill. Sharp teeth. No, this is where he learns how to fight. You know, he kind of
Yep.
starts using like common sense. He's like, oh, if I take the arm and I put it behind his back and then I smash it, it breaks. You know,
Mhm.
I love that scene.
Uh, I like it's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger sounds at its greatest.
Yeah, it is, and it works really cool too because like it's in a time because this is Earth, you know, it's 100,000
Mhm.
years, you know, so he could have sounded like anybody. We really don't know what Conan sound like,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like he low key gets away with it. I mean, Arnold he will
yeah.
forever get away with it because we don't know, you know. Um,
Yeah, Tim Olsen got it.
yeah, yeah,
But this scene, yeah, this is I had seen a lot of this quote of what is best in
yeah,
life. Um, to crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their
yeah.
women. Yes, this is best. Um, so he's gaining popularity in the fight circuit. Do we do is why did the guy set him free?
The guy set him free because you know, he I think he was living through him vicariously, and he knew also that he was like I think he felt like sorry for him, and he felt like he was just like a caged dog that could that no longer needed to be, you know, caged
Yeah.
anymore. You know, I think he
Okay,
really respected the hell out of him, dude. You know, so he let him go.
so that's something I
Bunch of
kind of I
reasons.
think I missed then
He
is
was with
that
them the whole
that
time.
guy.
Like, you remember he was the little kid on there with the red hair that was just sitting on the mill on the grinding stone.
Yeah, so he's the one who like hammered in the lock chain.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, okay, that makes sense now. I
He was
see.
with them
So
the
yeah,
whole time. They grew up together essentially, you know. Like
yeah,
he
yeah.
was probably like 15 and Conan was like 10, you know. So they're like,
Hmm.
you know, he's like, I don't know. They have a bond to a degree. To a degree, obviously, he's a slaver, but I think he made a lot of money off him at a very young
Yeah,
age, you know. And he was like,
and there were a couple scenes where he was looking from the sidelines, kind of fatherly almost,
yeah,
fondly.
I was gonna say like older brotherly or unclely, if that's even a word.
Yeah, yeah,
But he you know, he wants to see him do. I think he really, you know, and even Conan was like, "What am I gonna do?" He's like, go, run, you're free." You know, so he like lets him go. And Conan was like, "What am I gonna do?" You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So we have Cole. There's Cole right there.
And that yeah, but this crossed arms thing makes a comeback later as well, so we'll hit that
Yeah,
later. So Conan's on the run. Some dogs, wild dogs or wolves, chase him, and he happens to find a uh,
Atlantean
uh,
corpse,
yeah, well, a monument. What are they called? The big giant rock monolith
monolith. Yeah.
structure, and goes inside and happens to find the very guy that his dad told him about.
Hmm. And that's
Um,
yeah, that's definitely Cole, and that's the sword of Atlantis. That's why it's called the Atlantean sword. They don't say it, but there is only one other barbarian that they would put in the movie. And
hmm,
Cole is bigger. Cole's they say that he's almost the size of a Viking in Kings of the Night, which is a badass story, and also in I believe by this axe I'll rule. By this
hmm.
axe I rule, that he is 2 inches under 8 feet. So I look at him about like the size of Kane or Undertaker, you know, like a big,
Oh
almost
yeah,
7 feet, almost 7 feet tall. So
yeah. Let's do this. Tim Olsen says, "Fun fact: Arnold was really getting chased
yeah,
by a
I was
dog,
just about to say that
and was
that dog really chased him,
and
and he did all of his own stunts too. This movie was brutal as hell.
oh, it's not Crom. Okay,
Yeah, it's Chrome,
I
or not Chrome.
was
It's
Crom
Cole. It's
because
Cole.
of Arnold Conan looking at him and saying Crom.
And Crom is
So,
his
but he
god,
also
you know? And that's a
yeah,
big part of that's a big part of the character, a very important big part of the character. Because with Crom, he gives you life, and that's it. Like, he doesn't give you anything else. You don't pray to him
mhm,
because he's not going to help you at all. You know. And then when you
yeah,
die in the Sumerian culture, it's basically like Helheim of the Norse culture. You just walk through an endless void. You're not burning or anything like that. You're walking through a cold cave, and that's life. So Conan
Mhm.
lives like every day like it's its last. He's fighting and
Yeah,
stealing and pillaging, and he becomes a good guy eventually. He becomes a good king, a just king.
yeah. So yeah, he grabs the sword, knocks off the old rust and build up. Um, and there's some movement from the corpse.
Yeah,
Uh, it's a tilt of the head. If you think about it,
right.
so it's a passing of the sword happening, and climbs out, and next thing he runs across is this red flag.
Yeah, yeah. Don't. Yeah, yeah.
It's
That's the funny stuff.
very it's very rare that a attractive woman calls any male to them from their as you're walking past their house. If they do,
That's their hut,
probably yeah, probably not a great idea not to go in, guys.
lady of the night.
Um, yeah. Um, and she delivers a prophecy about him becoming a king, and demands payment for information that he wants about um, uh, Thulsa Doom.
Yep.
And they end up having sex, and she turns out to be not everything she. There's some snorting going on in this scene,
Right.
and this, but I kind of liked this scene in that it really didn't. Aside from him getting some information and a little hint that he's heading towards being a king, um, it's just a moment of his time. It
Yeah.
doesn't come back later.
No, it's just a
You
Tuesday.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. This is just it's kind of setting up the world that he's in. That there is weird magic shit that's happening.
Oh yeah, and magic in there is like that's a good thing about like Howard's magic, and that it's not everything needs to be explained. The more you know about magic, the worse it is for your story. If you're gonna explain in science your magic up, it's just horrible for stories. Like
Yeah, yeah,
what's his name, Sanderson. Everything has got to be magic needs to be dangerous and misunderstood. You don't want to understand magic, I don't think, in any form of fantasy or sword sorcery.
yeah. And that's what it is in here. It's just we don't know if is she was this a demon, was this a witch, what was her deal. It doesn't matter. She served her purpose, move on.
Yeah, right.
And she turned into a blast of light after Conan threw her into the fire. And and then he meets this guy whose name was said a bunch of times. I just don't remember it.
That's the director's buddy. He was a surfer.
I
So
was
he hired him up.
so
But he just killed it. He killed it. It's like the only movie he did, but he killed it in the
mm,
part.
yeah. um Bootlegger says agreed, some
Metachlorians.
midichlorians. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah, he did a really good job, but instantly, as soon as I saw him, I thought Anthony Kiedis from the Red
Oh
Hot
yeah.
Chili Peppers.
Yeah, a little
Um,
bit, right? Especially with that mustache. You nailed it.
yeah,
Where
my
he went, he
picture's
just
not
didn't
coming
know.
up. Come on now.
Uh, Maybe some down in Mexico.
Yeah, we got some lagging going on in my
Subotai.
my
Yep.
Seppetai. That's right. See, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah, they got a really good
super
they got a
tight.
really good 4K release of this too, with like more footage that they cut out. I got to pick up. I haven't got it yet. Yeah, yeah, they did the old
His
Darth
dialogue,
Vader.
interesting. Uh, the so the amount of dubbing in this movie was really high. Like everyone's voice was very much uh, uh, studio quality.
Oh
Like, oh, I don't think any of this movie wasn't ADR'd.
oh yeah, all of it, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, there's a lot of it's from this sort of distance. There's a lot of distant shots. So, you know, so then they basically become best friend. I will say Conan makes friends super easy.
Yeah, he's a good guy you want to follow and hang out with.
Yeah.
One of the guys.
Uh, yeah, so they take off running. I mean, they're running everywhere. They're like Forrest Gump. They were running. Um, I I would not be Conan's friend if that was the case. I'd be like, "Yeah, no, you're a cool guy," but
We need a
I'm
camel
not
though.
hanging out with.
Can we get a donkey or a mule or something out here?
Yeah.
Crying out loud.
I like of civilization and the freedom of the rest of of the wild.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they come into town and everything smells, everything's tight, everything's a little threatening the whole time. Um, and Conan's going around punching camels.
Yeah, they're high on the lotus. The lotus is like a one. There's a couple different types of lotus
Oh, that's
plants
right.
in the Howard Canyon. The black lotus really will mess you up. It'll tap you into ethereal modes of thought.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah. Um, did he really punch a camel? That's what I want to know.
I don't think so. No, I
Oh,
mean, yeah, I don't think. I think the camel kind of faked it and he fell over, as far as I know.
yeah,
Yeah,
because I mean, it looked good. It looked like he really did, you know. And this is at a time when they were still flipping horses around and stuff.
yeah, yeah. They
So
did a bunch of
they might have,
horse tricks in the
yeah.
end. I think some stuff. Yeah, lot of injuries on this movie.
Uh, what is how does the air get in there? I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
But
got me that one.
so they're wandering around and they realize that there's probably some really good stuff to steal
Yeah,
in the tower. And on their way there, they meet up with this woman,
Valeria.
Valeria, who is on the same mindset. She's out to steal some stuff. She's breaking in as well, and they decide to team up because she has rope. Apparently, I
Yeah,
think
she got
that's
the
the
rope.
biggest reason they decide to team up in this moment.
Yeah, and she's from the book Red Nails. And there, she's more of a pirate. And here, she's a barbarian woman. Um, yeah, and this scene right here is also inspired by Tower of the Elephant, but without the spider and lion. They got a giant snake, which is cool.
It's what they say when they walk. Oh, that's right. It was smelly and stuff out his ear. Okay, yeah, that's right. Um, so they break into the to this tower. Some really great shots in this place.
Yeah,
I like a lot of um, uh,
set
the
design.
cinematography that
Oh yeah,
happens in this
it's
movie. Like
so
it's
good.
yeah, really
Feels like a
great.
real world, dude. Like that was like that one
Yeah,
thing. Like if you hate the movie, like but for like creating a Howard esque world, I think he nailed it. For that
yeah.
argument.
We got Homer Glitch joining
What up,
us. Hello,
Omer?
all.
How you
How's
doing,
it
brother?
going?
Thanks for
Um,
joining, everybody.
yes, thanks. Um, and so they, oh boy, we're only 19 in. Maybe we should speed
Yeah,
up.
I'm trying
um,
not to commentate too much. I'm like, I'm trying to keep my mouth closed
oh, no
because
worries. But
there's a
I
lot
mean,
to unpack.
if you're up for talking about the whole thing and whatever, I'm all for it. I'm I'm having a little lag on my
Little Lagaroonie.
slides. It's really annoying me. Yeah. So they break in. They split up a little bit. She goes to the top floor. The boys go down to the bottom floor where they run into a giant snake. Um, is the guy who's in here? I think I got a picture of him in a little bit. Is he the same guy who was with Thulsa Doom? The same like
Yes,
Lemmy
yes,
looking fellow. So
yeah.
he's the same guy. Okay, I was wondering
And I
about
believe
that.
he's an LA Raider. He was a football player. He was a Raider at the time. Forgot his name.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But you can see
I
he's
like that shot.
evolved.
That's a
Even they've all evolved since then. It's been like let's say 15, 20 years. So now he's kind of on
mhm.
that priest level, that priestly level, but he's still a barbarian. And in
Oh,
Tulsa,
that's
he's
right.
no
Yeah.
longer searching for the greatest steel in the land. He's searching for the flesh. Steel is weak. The
Yeah.
flesh is more powerful.
And this is another really great shot. Just simple, but it's quick, but it's just a beautiful shot. I really like that one. And then he does. Bootlegger says he does look like Lemmy. Yeah. As they're making their escape, Conan asking everyone about what he's, which is the symbol of Thulsa Doom as they came into his town and uh, wiped his people out. And so he's
Yeah.
on the right track. He knows he's where he needs to be. Um, Omer says, "I need a wrench shield to drop links." Oy. I would do that if I knew how. I'll have to do some figuring out on that on my free time. But the link for the campaign is pinned to the top of the chat, and it's in the description. So um, if anyone wants to look at Hell War, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, it's there. Um, and then, like I said, Conan makes good friends easy. They fall in love pretty darn quick. He gives her the jewel, the big jewel, and
Big red one.
um, which pretty much will do it for a woman.
Yeah, pretty much. And she's supposed to represent like in the earlier novels, like once he moves on from thievery, he moves into pirating. And I recommend if you haven't read or audiobook the Queen of the Black Coast, Belit is a pirate queen. He a pirate captain he falls in love with, and he what Milius did was he combined Belit and Valeria into one character pretty much, and made her kind of a barbarian woman, and um, it's pretty rough for him at the end of the movie. So he had to kind of combine those two elements. This actress is Sandal Bergman. She's also the villain in Red Sonja, which is a Howard character as well. And then this is Max von Sydow from Exorcist fame. He's also in another Robert E. Howard movie, Solomon Kane. He plays Solomon Kane's father. So I know that's just some nerd shit.
Okay,
Casting
so
stuff.
Max von Sydow, I knew I had recognized him. I thought he was oh, is it Peter O'Toole?
Oh yeah, he looks like him. Yeah, he looks
Yeah,
just like him right there.
I
Peter
was
O'Toole
I
would have
was
would have killed it right here too.
yeah, yeah. So and but there was some scenes where I'm like, I don't know if that's him, but yeah, Max von Sydow, yeah, makes sense. So they're taken before this king who, after they steal all the stuff from the temple, they are, they're wanted. They get caught. And they're brought before the king, who thinks it's hilarious, thinks it's great what they did, and wants to use their skills to find his daughter, who is been taken up by the cult of Thulsa Doom. Um, and I like the part about the knife. Is there a dagger in her
Yeah,
hand for me like this? Um, and promises them it's a bunch of rubies and stuff.
that
Um,
dagger's in the new comics. I just want to put that in there, and also the sword is in the new comics. The writer he found a way to put it in there organically. It's pretty dope. Just wanted to say that.
the 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 sword that he has, or the sword that
Yeah,
his father made.
the sword that he has,
Okay, nice.
the Atlantean sword, and Thulsa Doom has it in the comic. He has to go back in time to Cole's time because that's where Thulsa originated, and they team up. I don't want to spoil
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
that's one of the hard recommend, dude, for the new Conan line through Heroic Signatures.
All right, it is at the top of the chat. It's just not pinned.
Thank you.
My little my little button there says it's pinned, but I don't know how that works. But if it's still up there somewhere, so scroll up. King Osric, great part. That's
He's
what
a cool
Bootleggers.
character. Cool
Hmm.
character.
He was also a Northman from the north, I believe, is what they said. So he's a tough guy. I'm assuming as well. He's had his time as a warrior and stuff. He's probably worked his way to that position.
Yeah.
So yeah, they decide that they're going to. Oh wait, yeah, bootlegger's got a good quote there. There's a lot of good quotes in this movie. There comes a
Yeah, it's
time when the throne room becomes a prison. The gold loses its luster, and all that's left is a father's love for his daughter. Which is surprising because there's not a lot of talking in this movie.
no, it's just done through the music and you know through
And
stoicism.
yeah, and the all important show don't tell
Yeah, yeah,
of
and it's better that way.
storytelling. Yeah. Like even this scene here, uh Valeria, is that her name?
Yeah,
Is trying to convince Conan that, we've had a tough life. Now we got money, we got each
let's
other.
bounce. Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
just let's just have a happy life. And
yeah,
he's torn. You could tell that he definitely wants to try that. He wants to do that, but he's got his vengeance that he's still
yeah,
holding on to. And it's like it's a scene where he doesn't need to extrapolate and pontificate about vengeance. He just holds up the thing, and you know what he's thinking. It's a and like I said, the music just carries the mood for a lot of scenes. Like it really does um, let you know what the what the thoughts are, what the mood of the scene is. Where is this a threatening thing? Is this a heroic thing? Because nobody's talking. You just get it. Um, there really is some great dialogue, says Bootlegger. There is. It's a lot of really good quotes. I had I had took notes on my phone and I had a bunch of them written down, but haven't looked at them. But um, so then Conan takes off by himself. He's like, I'm just, I got something to do. I'm not gonna make you do it if you don't want to. If you want to live a good life, I'm taking off. And he meets up with the wizard whose name, like I said, I forgot already. Meku,
Miko,
Maku. Um,
Miko,
and you get introduced to him again,
the
instant friends.
chronicler.
Yeah, he threatens to summon demons. Conan laughs at his face, and they're like, "Well, okay, cool. Let's like let's hang out, pal."
Yeah, I love that animation scene with the demons too, man. You don't really see that anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah, we got that coming up. Like this scene right here, like how you're saying, this is like feels like a real world. They
Yeah,
built that thing way back there.
way back there. There's parts of like where I live it look like that.
Yeah,
Parts of
yeah,
California, like Riverside, Corona area. But this is Spain, I believe. They filmed all of this in Spain. Spain has
mm,
some cool deserts, little different.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, they built the little tent village here. They built the uh temple back there. Like it's all real stuff, and like it's in the distance. It's not that's not a matte painting way off there. It's a real thing. It's pretty cool.
Right.
um Bootlegger says
This
the
guy's
opening
trying to.
theme and the orgy are his favorite parts.
Yeah, those are the my favorites too. And then
Favorite
and then
pieces of
Conan the
music, is that
Destroyer had great music too. The same Basil did the
yeah.
music for the second movie too. Both great too. Love it.
Hmm. um yeah, so Conan comes into the cult camp. There's a lot of goofy happenings around him. Like it's like Burning Man times.
Yeah.
um
Crazy hippies.
and yeah, and I'm assuming very much like Burning Man, there's going to be someone like this who's going to be talking to
Yeah.
good looking guys,
Yeah.
trying to convince them of stuff.
Here, drink this.
Yeah. But Conan's no sucker. He knows what's happening, so he gets himself a little costume, a little disguise,
Right.
and heads off
All you are gonna
to
need.
the temple. Look, I mean, look at that.
Look at that
Like,
shot. Look at the architecture. So
yeah, it's
primitive.
great. It's I story idea that I had is involving Aztec Mexica culture, and
Nice.
which got me into, doing a lot of looking into studying and stuff. But the architecture and like Chichen Itza and all those places. Just what was it, 2 weeks ago or so? What the solstice happened,
Yeah.
and on the steps of Chichen Itza, the rays of the sun will shine down in such a way that the snake heads on the bottom will have a zigzag body going all the way up
No, that's
with the
pretty wild.
shadows. And it's like, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what this reminded me of, is, just that kind of, what did that look like back in its day?
Oh yeah.
I wonder, was it as colorful? Was it, because now we just get brown rocks, but I'm sure they had,
Paints.
gold and, yeah, paint. And so Conan's hanging out. He's trying to get close, trying to figure out what's going on, and then the deadly duo show back up and
Right.
ruin his fun. They catch him, and he gets caught and tortured a bit. Oh, that's another, like,
Shot.
the new Dune movie, um,
Right.
like that kind of stuff. Like this is that quality. This is
Oh
that
yeah.
kind of costuming and set design and stuff. Not, I'm sure it didn't cost nearly as much though.
No. Dune's like crazy overpriced.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh no. Oh no. I've got pictures broken. Hold on.
There's the princess. She's
There
got
it
the
is.
snakes.
Oh yeah, we're introduced to the king's daughter, the princess. She has incredible, what's it called, stamina. She holds those arms out for the longest time, even though it's just a couple snakes. It would get heavy. Conan's caught. Conan's tortured, and we have another. Am I roboting? I'm getting
A little bit, but not
a
that
little bit.
much.
Yeah, I keep getting a little notification that I'm losing some signal, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna play this. We got a clip from this scene,
Good clip.
which is really great. James Earl Jones and his acting, his little
So
hand
good here.
movement is fantastic.
Perfect.
That is strength, boy. That is power. The strength and power of flesh. What is steel compared to the hand that wields it? Look at the strength of your body, the desire in your heart. I gave you this. Such a waste. Contemplate this on the tree of
That little hand movement is like just such a perfect, like,
A little snap.
exclamation point.
Yeah.
Yeah, exclamation point on his sentence. It's fantastic.
This is the
Yeah,
crucifix.
and then Conan.
This is from a witch should be born. Shall be born. Recommend that story as well. He gets crucified. The way he gets out of there, he bites a vulture in the book as well. I recommend that too. Crazy story. It's been painted by Joe Jesco, and I believe also that's recently, and also Boris Vallejo painted one over John Buscema's pencils. Both awesome.
Thanks. Thanks.
They put a lot of stuff in here, dude, from the books. Like when you think about it too, it's like say you got one movie to make. You want to make the ultimate Conan movie where it's got to have a lot of weight to it, or you want to just pick one of the stories, because he's just kind of in the stories, he's just going around doing things, and there's a couple with weight that they could have chose, but I can see what they were thinking Hollywood wise, why they did things the way they did.
Yeah, I mean they had no idea they would end up making a second one. You just throw it all in. But also, I mean, the way the Conan stories were written, I think you're better able to do that. Like if it's something that's more linear and like beginning to end,
Yeah,
I think people would be a little more like, hey, that didn't happen at that point. That happened at this point, kind of a thing, you know?
yeah. I mean, there is, but it's hard to pinpoint. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't say
Yeah, yeah.
it's. Yeah, most. Yeah, it's just really, 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 really hard. Yeah,
Um, Conan gets. Oh yeah, he bit.
yeah.
Oh wait,
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah,
he goes and he bites a.
yeah,
Bootlegger says it was a real.
yep.
Wow.
He went all out, man, for this role. He really did.
Yeah,
They all did.
they weren't messing around. But
Yeah,
he's pretty much, yeah, he's done for. He's on death's door, and they um get the wizard to like all the runes and stuff that are written on. It's a really an interesting kind of cool scene. Like just you, I don't think you'd see that nowadays. I don't think from a lot of movies where writing the runes all over him, it would be a lot more CGI waving of
yeah,
hands. You
yeah.
know,
Totally like Doctor Strange or some shit.
yeah,
Or maybe
yeah,
they'd rub him down in some clay or put him in a bath or some shit. Like something
yeah.
easier or CGI. There's a lot of TLC that
And,
went into this. A lot of Milius's ideas. Like this animation
and
right
then,
here looks cool. I really dig this. Old school.
yeah,
Even when you pause it,
I
it looks really good. Pause right there.
that's what I noticed. I got I think 3 screenshots, and like all of them looked really cool.
Some people
But
hate this animation. They think it's lame, and then a lot of people love it. You know, and a lot of like what is it, like the younger generation like it because they never seen nothing like this before because they're
mhm,
so used to like CGI and AI shit now. You know.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like uh Star Wars. My kids, when I first showed them Star Wars, they were like, this looks corny, this looks cheesy. But I took the time to let them know just what goes into these shots.
Yeah.
Like this is not that's they had to like animate these things hand frame by frame, to match up to her movements, because she was going all out with their
Yeah.
acting.
He's great.
She was flinging herself over the top of Conan's body and stuff, and they had to. So by the end of this, but by the end of Star Wars, they're like, this is pretty dang cool. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, the spirits come to try to take Conan's soul. They fight him off. He's healed. This
Great
is
scene right here too.
yeah, probably one of the most iconic like scenes of the movie. Like you see this particular kind of shot a lot when you hear about Conan, but um, and also I find it interesting, not being super familiar with the character, um, how he finds like peace in these moments,
Oh yeah.
and how thoughtful. There's a couple of scenes where he's just thinking.
Yeah. There's a lot of those scenes, pondering,
Mhm.
suffering from great melancholies. Even more so in here, this Conan compared to the one in the book, he's gone through a lot more in some ways, especially like losing his parents, because he left home in the books.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he just left. He didn't have the same suffering as this guy.
Yeah, and the parents didn't die. On the contrary, they flourished. The Sumerians were like the Sumerians and like the Viking esque from Vanaheim and Asgard. They lived on. They were like the last people of Hyboria at the time, But because barbarism always overthrows civilization. That's the main theme throughout Robert E. Howard's work. That's what he would always argue with Lovecraft about. That was always it. Civilization
Hmm.
versus barbarism. Barbarism is always going to overthrow civilization.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I can believe that nowadays.
Yeah. Love the
Yeah.
scene. Love the special effects right here. This used to freak me out as a kid.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. This was one scene that I do kind of wish they had brought this back, like
Stop frame
as you know, like
or
well,
more in the
he
movie, the
changes,
character.
yeah, like he changes into a snake, and then that's it, and then he's back to normal, but it never comes back again, like as a threat,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear
you
what you're saying.
know,
Yeah, as a kid,
like
that was a problem. Like I remember watching the movie. As a, like for me, like the main thing that like I wanted more as a kid was I wanted to be a more climactic battle. You know, with him and
mhm.
Tulsa, a little something, something. You know,
Yeah, and I think that's if he had turned
he
into the
just owns
snake
him,
and had
bro.
a
Yeah, and or just like a reptilian dude with arms. You know, like that would be
mhm,
badass. You know,
yeah, yeah, but
come
yeah,
on. You know, like no, that would have sucked. Like, come on. You know, it was awesome. I love the way the face just
but
pushes.
yes,
You know? A little push.
yeah, it's
Oh,
creepy too because
yeah.
it's just got that it looks enough like him, but it's plastic, it's
Oh yeah, rubber. It's latex. It's,
yeah,
ooh, it's creepy.
it definitely lends to the creepiness of the transformation.
See, like that right there. Imagine him fighting that specifically at the end. You know, with some arms and stuff.
Hmm.
That's pretty scary, dude. You know.
Yeah. So do you know if because like I'm sure that's just like an animatronic or whatever. It might not even be animatronic. It could just be that's it. Just kind of turns it. But a little later on, it shows the girl kind of lounging off to the side, and
Yeah,
the snake moving down. It looks very much like a real snake.
yeah. It's a real snake.
Okay, I was gonna say it's
Yeah,
like,
like an anaconda or some
that
shit.
looks it's moving a little more naturally than a lot of animatronics would. When his eyes turn snake, it freaked me out. Yeah. um, yeah. This is there's some sort of weird um uh what's his name, the little sidekick says, so is this heaven or something like that, this must be heaven. um but they're eating people, they're having some, so you
Yeah.
can see the hand there in the pot.
Still to this day, it's very relevant. You know, there's
Yeah.
a cult. You know, and cults and certain islands. You know, where they're doing things to
Mhm.
people.
Yeah. Yeah, and also it
Sorcerer.
appears to be like mint flavored people, so I'm against that too.
Oh, right. Minty.
And so that, yeah, they come in, they're going to be kidnapping this girl. Yeah, move forward a little bit. Some cool
This is a
shots,
great
just the
scene right here.
I do
Really
like
cool.
this particular scene. I had to particularly pay attention to because he misses this guy by at least a foot in this one scene. He swings his sword, doesn't come anywhere near, but it's fine. But I just happened to notice it. But yeah,
Yeah, and there's his
uh,
buddy. He's in Live. He's in like every movie. Thorson, I think that's his name. He's in so many Arnold movies. That's his buddy.
oh, yeah, I have to pay attention. Yeah, I
He's
think
in
I need to like.
Gladiator. That dude. He was like the big, the big gladiator that he fights. The big one with the mask.
Oh yeah.
That's
Mhm.
him. Yeah.
He seems shocked that his hammer has so much power. He has so much power.
Yeah.
He knocks over the pillar, and then he looks at his hammer like, did I do that? So I thought that was kind of interesting. They make their escape. She's got an extra little action scene where she's basically whooping up everybody.
Right.
I had to pause on this because just before she takes out these two other guards, the jewel glistens
Oh yeah, that's nice.
right there, and
That's a shot.
I wonder if that's significant.
It's pretty cool.
Like,
I don't think
yeah,
so,
does it?
but it's
No,
pretty badass. But it
um,
might be. The whole war paint
because
thing is cool too.
yeah, I like their camo war paint. It was yeah,
He never
pretty
does that in the book
pretty.
either. You know, a little something that again, Milius, he put a lot of shit in here. You know, that wasn't in the
Mhm.
books too. And also,
Yeah, this
Oliver Stone wrote he wrote 10 scripts, dude. and they took him off the project, or he left or something. I forgot. And then they brought in Milius, and the first designs of the toys became what is known as He-Man now. So like Skeletor in the books, Thulsa Doom he's a lich. He is the first lich, which is a sorcerer with a skull for a head. You know, and in Dungeons and Dragons there's liches. It all comes from Thulsa Doom. You know, so it's funny, that's where the Masters of the Universe toys came from, was from the failed Oliver Stone scripts of this movie that once was.
Interesting. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I would really be interested in seeing it, what Oliver Stone's, like any one of them, what were they like, you know?
Yeah, in 10 movies, like or 12 movies, dude, because they were planning on making a bunch of them, man. That would have been awesome. I would have loved to see those too, you know.
Bootlegger says Forgrim isn't exactly a rocket scientist.
Yeah. He wrote that. He wrote those scripts and Scarface all in one year. I heard, like in a hotel room, coked out of his mind. So I don't know.
This scene was another one I kind of wish I'd gotten, because it's another really cool like little speech he gives about they will know why they're scared of the dark, and they will know why whatever their nightmares, whatever. But it's a really great little speech he gives. And I guess Forgrim here to the right is nodding along. I don't know why I found that so funny when I was watching, but it's the same thing that I would do, like if I was in trouble or my brother was in trouble, and I'd just be like, "Yep, it's true."
Yeah.
Oh, and the snake arrow that happens.
Seek. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Some people like it, some people don't like it. I think that's pretty badass, personally. Pretty metal.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. But it hits Valeria, and yeah, she dies. And it's a line she says, I don't know why, it just stuck out to me, but I want to breathe my last breath into your mouth.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I said I like that.
But she dies. This is another great line. He's I got it written down. Do you know what he says here? It
says Conan doesn't cry, I'll cry for him. I think that's something like that.
Yeah, he says he is Conan, Sumerian. He won't cry, so I cry for him.
It's true. They're the hardest people in Hyboria. Even the Vikings have it better than them. At least they go out and drink and shit, you know. It's just horrible, like brutal culture, cold.
Oliver Stone got co-writing credits.
He did. Oh, nice. I'm sure the thing is, Milius, he just cherry picked from everything. He went in there and it was just a buffet, dude. You got to pick from all the Howard canon and Stone stuff. You get to put whatever the fuck you wanted in here.
That lens flare.
Shot. That's a good lens flare you got there.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I had to really make sure I got that pause just right.
Yeah, you did a good job, dude.
It's one of those things though where we're losing. We don't have that anymore. You know, like with digital stuff
right there too, dude. Just looking back, like, hey, that's badass, bro. That's like a good comic book panel right there. Yeah, a poster.
But yeah,
sorry.
This nowadays would be done with some sort of CGI, because the digital cameras don't pick up that flare, and it would not look nearly as good.
It reminds me of something like the other Tales of Bran MacMorn. It's a Pictish character during the Roman Empire, because he wrote characters after this, you know, in the shared universe. Yeah, there's another scene where he's, you know, contemplating.
Yeah. Let's see, got this here. I thought it was badass, especially when Conan pulls it out.
I was gonna say that when he pulls out the snake and it kind of coils back up, you know, springs back up. Yeah. It's so fucking real. Smokes and mirrors, man.
Yeah. Conan does take back the jewel, which he's wearing there. And it gleams. I should have got that gleam too, which they added another little gleam at that when they're looking at the burning pyre. But anyways, so this is one of the scenes where Conan's very sitting there thinking, and then they have this scene where they're doing the setup. They're building their pikes and getting ready for a battle.
Booby traps.
Like, I mean, look at the depth of this scene, though. Like the woman there in the
Way
back.
So cool. And this is a scene that it's expanded upon a little bit too in the 4K. I didn't want to watch too much of it because I didn't want to spoil it for myself.
Yeah,
I like to keep things sacred. I nerd out on this stuff.
Yeah. Have you watched this with like commentaries and all that?
Oh yeah. My dad, dude, he waited in line for 5 hours to see this movie, like before it came out.
Nice.
He was one of those bodybuilders. Like back then, everybody was like worked out,
Mm-hmm.
But now that culture is starting to come back again. Like, have you seen Schwarzenegger's son, dude? Like how big he is, like winning the competitions now.
Yeah,
It's all over the internet, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's like looks just like him, but he's not using like as much as he's not roiding as much, doing more of like natural. Yeah, dude. Like they're saying, what if they because in some of the stories, Conan has sons, and like they're like, what if they put him in the new movie and make him his son? I'm like, that'd be pretty dope. That'd be pretty awesome.
Is that a different son than the one that was?
Yeah,
that's an actor.
That's the housekeeper's son. He cheated on his wife with the housekeeper. Yeah, and that's his son, Joseph Baena, and then the other one are the Kennedys, the Schwartz, or the Shrivers.
Yeah,
he's got four
he's
kids
the actor. He was in was that
pretty good actor, Patrick Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, White.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I seen him in some other like indie movie that was like some horror movie that was pretty good. Forgot the name of it though, but it had like a sword fight at the end. I was like, oh, little baby Conan over there.
J.J. Abrams figured out the flare. Yep. But I think he was still using. I don't think he was using digital when he was doing that. And then we get a little bit of a montage happening. But this another line here that I took note of. For us, there is no spring, just the wind that smells fresh before the storm. Just
That's a good
solid, good line.
Good stuff, man. And sometimes it's all about the line, and sometimes less is more, especially for a movie like this, movie of the earth, you know what I mean? Of the soil, you don't need too much all the time. But I don't know, man. Howard is my favorite writer, and he could do a lot. And I'm gonna do more videos about it on my channel. Just the way he writes, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to some more of the audiobooks when I get a chance. Because I do want to get into some Solomon Kane. I think I'd.
Oh, you'll love Solomon Kane, dude. That's pure horror. I mean, you do get some horrors in Conan, but Solomon Kane is pure horror, and it's scary, especially when a lot of the best stories are when he goes to Africa, and he gets tested because he's a Puritan, and they put him in these situations where he has to kind of go against his faith. Same thing with Conan. He doesn't believe in sorcery, and Scarlet Citadel. He has to free a sorcerer that's getting eaten alive by this Lovecraftian foliage in the dungeon. Oh, that's such a good one too, man. Like. But he ends up having to ride a dragon out of the top of the castle. They sneak out, go up the top, and he's like, I guess I'll, because he doesn't like technology or anything or civilization.
Yeah.
But he's like, that's the only way I could go back home and recruit people on the way to my kingdom and rank and get a bunch of people to fight another war with me.
And let's see, he's got Bootlegger again saying, "Me too, dude. I gave Bat a follow on X." Yeah.
Oh, awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I'll be looking for you, Bootlegger.
If you're watching now or later, do that yourself.
Yeah.
And then we got the one time Conan gives a little prayer, offers a little prayer up to Crom, asking for little help. Just whatever else you do. Just give me my vengeance, is what he says. And if you don't, then you can go to hell.
Get to hell with you.
Yeah. So big action sequence coming that happens. There's this particular shot where it's the very first blow out of the gate. The guy rides past and he hits him with an axe. I think they were really proud. I think this was one of their big uh, stunts that they were proud of because it was a three camera shot and they showed all three, bam, 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 in a row. This one, I got two of them. That
Oh, that's
one,
sick.
and there was one
He's so
more.
Conan right here, brother. Like that Conan wears that helmet and
Oh
hear the
yeah,
stories. Yeah.
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 But yeah, there's a lot of blood spurts, a lot
Yeah.
of
Ribs.
yep, squibs, a lot of flipping horses happen in these scenes, and it
Yeah.
always amazes me these old movies where they would just trip horses who were running at full gallop.
Yeah. And a lot of them were really good too, like stage horses, I don't know
Mhm.
how much they do that anymore. Like they're talking about Damon's talking about Odyssey. He's like, I think this is the last big movie of this caliber, with the
Mm.
sets and everything like that. A
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people are like there's a lot of people unhappy with that movie and stuff. I'm definitely gonna check it out though, like from like a I guess a mythic perspective,
Yeah.
fantastical, for sure. I like Nolan, dude. Like I like his movies.
Yeah, I do too for the most part. I am interested in it, except um, so the whole Matt Damon thing, right?
Oh yeah, from yeah, I'm Matt Damon.
So
That
yeah, from what is it called?
the
Team
puppet,
America.
Team America.
Team
Yeah.
America, that's right. So that's always in the back of my mind, but also I never really I mean, I know that they were kind of jabbing politically at him through that, but also I watched All the Pretty Horses
Oh,
recently.
I
And
haven't seen
in
that.
that movie, he looks like he has special needs.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of scenes where it's like, yeah, I get what they were getting at with him.
Mm.
And so
There's
we
one
went to
movie that
see
came out called the Duel. Have you heard of that one?
yeah, I think so.
Ridley Scott and Ben Affleck and
Mhm.
Adam Driver. It looks pretty good. I want to check that. They're like knights fighting over some
Yeah,
lady,
yeah.
queen or something. I want to
Yeah,
check it
yeah.
out.
But with the new one, the Nolan's The Odyssey, I saw a trailer for that with my wife. We went to see a movie in the theater and saw the trailer, and she's like, "Oh, that looks good." Later on, she says to me, "You look like Matt Damon," and she meant it as a compliment, and I took it as Matt Damon.
Oh no, yeah. I don't even
Like,
think about that, dude, because it was so long ago. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, but I never watched the movie though, and I know that they were clowning him. Trey Parker and Matt
yeah,
Stone, I
yeah.
think. And he's just like, oh, throwing up and shit. I don't know if that was the same character or what, but
No, no. But so yeah, she like I said, she meant it as a compliment, but like I like it how he
I
looked.
can see that. Now you kind of do look like him a little bit. Yeah, yeah. You got the beard and the smile and the kind of the eye shape. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I see it, but I don't like it. Let's see
I'm
what
Matt Damon.
bootlegger says. One of my favorite Robert E. Howard quotes is civilized men are more discourteous than savages because they know they can be impolite without having their skull split as a general thing.
Yeah, no, that's a great line. I remember that one.
That's that's basically Tyson's line about people being online and saying what they want because they don't get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, they got this. You got a little two-man battle, and that's what part of the prayer was too. Was just to let people know that two men defeated a lot of men. That was his
Yeah.
prayer. A lot of fallen horses, like I said, breaking sticks, um, and then yeah, this was a big old uh, horse. I had to get that
Uh,
one. Big horse trip right here. Like,
oh yeah.
remember I remember the first time I heard about like um a movie where they're like, oh, a horse died making this movie, which at that time is because it would not be nowadays, but at that time was like motivation to go see the movie,
Mm.
because you're like, oh, they really meant, but was a Man from the Snowy River.
Oh, okay.
There's a scene in that where a horse just books full speed down a really sharp hill. Apparently, that horse did not make it. So
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, there was a time where real life stunts and stuff, and got people to go see movies.
oh, 100%, man. Now it's just, yeah, they just CGI everything almost. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what I like about the John Wick movies. At least, it looks good.
mhm.
Keanu's doing a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
The movie that my wife and I went to see was oh, what was that new one that just came out? It was actually a pretty good movie too. Oh man, my
Chris
mind just
Hemsworth
went.
one,
What? Crips Hemsworth? No,
that theft movie, that heist movie.
no, no. It was oh my gosh, why am my mind has just gone blank. It was like a big, oh, the space one um with the little rock alien.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about with yeah, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, right, Ryan Gosling. They enjoyed the movie. It was really a pretty good movie, but they practical affected a lot of that movie.
Oh, nice, very nice.
Um, real, like the little rope alien is a puppet for
Oh,
a
that's
good
cool.
chunk of it. They have like there's a particular scene towards the end where like the lights all change and everything's red and it looks like it should be CGI. Apparently, they did it somehow practically.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. Um, so yeah, they defeat them. There's a little comedy here with where he
Oh,
he can't get up. It's like a little turtle action going
yeah,
on. Um, uh, we'll just skip through because we got a few more slides. Oh, she makes her return with her
the Valkyrie
catchphrase.
armor.
Yeah, she's what's her catchphrase again?
Do you want to live forever?
Yeah, that's right. She so I think that's kind of a funny thing is out of all the stuff that Conan sees, like including this, like apparently he just never buys into any sort of mystical stuff.
Right. And she's totally there to help. Like that's
Yeah.
what's happening. Because that's all in
Um,
there. It's all in the books.
yeah. Another snake arrow happens, but it gets blocked. Um, and then the return of Conan's arm crossing thing, which I so in kind of collecting the images, uh, I realized what he was doing was early, just a little bit earlier, um, when they were setting up. The wizard guy mentions that the gods are going to be watching, and that's what he did this thing for when he was young and fighting in the arenas was he would salute the people who were watching.
Mm.
So I thought that was a cool little, you know,
Little
bringing it
tidbits.
back around. Yeah. And then so this is like the final showdown. They're back at the temple, and Conan sneaks in. Um, we got
Yeah, that's my only complaint about the movie, man. I mean, there's other little things about it, but yeah, I guess a fight scene with a sword fight would have been cool, even if it was just a
yeah.
couple of ding ding ding, like really quick, and he lops it off. A little
Hmm.
something. And I think he was capable at that time. James Earl Jones was in pretty good shape in this movie, probably in the best shape of his life.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's right. Project Hail Mary. That's right. Omar Glitch caught it.
Yeah,
Bootleg said, you just saw Hail Mary tonight, bootlegger? Did you enjoy it? Um, I did also. So in that last scene where he crossed his arms and it was kind of a callback to earlier part of the movie, I'm
yeah.
wondering about um, the decapitation scene and if it reflects back to the snake scene because the snake scene he hacks twice to cut off his head,
Possibly.
and in this, and at the end he hacks twice to cut off
Yeah,
Toss a
He
doomsday.
does a weird
So
hacking, you know. He does it at 2 angles, you know, like a
yeah.
V.
So this is the a boy named Sue scene where he's like, "I'm the son of a bitch who named you Sue."
Yeah,
That's what I thought of. Where he's basically you. I brought you to this point. You know, the
he
reason
keeps
you're
doing
so
that.
tough.
He keeps
Yeah.
telling him that. He was telling him that earlier too, you know.
Hmm.
He's always using that shield, like if it wasn't for me, you know.
Yeah. And you get a second where you're like, oh, does he believe it? His, Conan's face kind of like looks like he's thinking about it, like, oh, maybe this is true. What will I be
Yeah,
if
he got him in a daze, you know, for a
yeah,
second.
if I don't have this to drive me, what will my life be? But then, then he whacks him and takes a couple more whacks. And yeah, I noticed that there was two decapitating whacks, and then the snake had the same two things. Which okay, so this made me wonder too. I don't know. You probably know way more. Is it possible that that snake scene maybe was supposed to have been later?
I don't think so, because they needed
Mm.
that to get that ruby and all that, you
Oh
know.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Because I was like, because he turns into a snake, like he doesn't do it again, and they have a big snake earlier. Maybe they were like, oh, maybe this is something, but then they recut it. So
Well,
yeah, but
that one was a bigger snake though. That one was almost like dinosauric or something, you know.
yeah.
Dinosauric, you know, fucking word. But yeah, I
So
think they were just
some
kind of
helmet.
trying to pay homage to like the in the Tower of the Elephant. He fights a giant spider in the
Oh
tower,
yeah.
you know, and he also fights a lion and the wizard, and then he meets Yagakosha, which is an alien with that's a sci-fi story too that they put in the Conan. He put in Conan.
Mm.
If you ever read, I don't know if you ever read that one, but
Uh-uh.
Yagakosha is this giant elephant, dude, that's been sitting there and it's chained up. He's been there for like hundreds of years, and this sorcerer's just kept him there. And Conan goes in there, and you think Conan's about to go up there and fight a beast, but no, it's just this alien that's just been chained up, like this harmless alien, you know, with the head of an elephant. And he puts like his tusk on his shoulder, and then Conan has one of those Robert E. Howard ethereal visions, and then he sees these spaceships coming down to Earth, and these aliens, you know, these alien-esque elephant-esque aliens showing them technology, and it's pretty wild, dude. And then from that, you're just like, oh wow, there's sci-fi in here too, you know, if he wanted to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that, but he never ever does again. Like that's the only, and it's one of the first stories, and Conan's young in there. He's like 19 or 20.
Wow. Yeah, Howard sounds like he's got like a lot of ideas, and they all
Dude, he wrote
working
everything.
together.
He wrote everything, and he wrote like boxing stories, sailor stories. He wrote love stories, pirate stories, weird westerns. He wrote everything, dude. You can go to the Robert E. Howard Foundation.com, and they
Mhm.
have the bookstore. They're releasing everything on there. So if you're ever gonna buy Howard books, buy from there or buy the Del Rey publication books. Those are the best on the market right now.
Nice. Yeah, I want to get into like I work in construction, and I know my
Nice.
job so well, I don't need to think. So I can
Yeah.
turn on an
Yeah.
audiobook and just kind
Oh,
of, go with it. But
yeah.
I also want to get back into like taking a little time before bed to read
To read. No,
because
you do. It's great for your brain too. It's so good for your
and
brain.
and
Yeah.
I try to convince my wife, like, this is the stuff that you want to do to, because she has a hard time sleeping sometimes. It's like this will help.
Yeah.
Reading will help. It'll get your brain to the place where TikToking or whatever will not.
Yeah, that and then just like not being on the phone and getting to use your imagination is great for brain growth, but also too when you read you're able to use more words and stuff like there's less of and also and
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
just could constantly and that's from reading. So when you hear people that are just spitting words out all the time, it's because they read all the time, you know, and
yeah,
me, I don't read all the time, so you hear a lot of we all do that shit, you know.
yeah,
What that helps is reading will help you do that. You will fill in gaps with words when you're
yeah.
speaking.
My problem is I'm a slow talker.
That's good though. It's good if
I
you slow talk.
realize
You
yeah,
know.
I realized it. There was a show called was it Jury Duty? It's a like hidden camera show, which
Mhm.
if you guys have not seen, it's on Amazon Prime. Jury Duty and the second series, which is called Company Retreat.
Mhm.
Fantastic. They're hilarious. They have one guy who's the normal dude. Everyone else in the show is an actor, and they think they're in a documentary filming thing.
That's
So
funny.
they don't question the camera stuff, but like so funny, and then really actually shows like that's real. But anyways, and the Jury Duty, and he talks slow. He really has this kind of, and I turned to my wife and I'm like, is that me? And she goes, you're worse.
Well, the thing is too, when
So
you talk slow, it gives you time to really think about what word you're going to say next without having to add the mm,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
ooh. You know, you could really kind of pinpoint what you want to say before you say it. You know,
Yeah.
but me, I'm usually a fast talker, and I usually get I get caught up on my words a lot. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. No, I feel the same way. My problem is I fall asleep when I read a lot.
Yeah,
My eyes
I do
get
that
tired.
too.
I get tired ass eyes.
I do that in this chair. I'm like, oh, I think I'll read a comic, and next thing you know, I'm just down. But
Totally. In the morning's the best.
yeah, Bootlegger says, I think this worked better than a big fight, showing the followers that he wasn't a god.
Yeah,
I don't disagree,
I
but I think like
I still
I
wanted it.
think like yeah, I think there's part of us that's like,
It's just a primal thing. Some things I
yeah,
don't need to explain. I just want, you know.
yeah.
But you're right, 100%.
Um,
You know,
um,
bootlegger.
and then he says
And bootlegger
he
says he's
was
a
a
bare buckler boxer. Yeah, back in the day, because it was in the 20s, dude, in Texas, in Cross Plains, they had this place called the Ice House where you would go and pick up your ice because you didn't have fridges, and it was during
mm,
the Prohibition. So they would go there and you pick up a block of ice, and they'd hand you
mhm,
the block of ice and the six pack, you know. Then
mm,
they'd go in the back behind the ice house, and him and his homies, his buddies, they would bare
yeah.
knuckle box each other. They loved doing that shit. The two biggest sports in that time in that era were boxing and horse racing, you know. And when his town was like on the verge of civilization and you know, kind of barbarism that kind of plays
Mhm,
off into his whole like message within his books. It's because it had a big oil boom. Like overnight, they came like these oil miners and these women of the night, you know. And he
mhm,
had to actually he was working at a laundry job, you know, and he would pick up the dirty laundry from these, you know, women of the night. And he said it was the smelliest, most disgusting thing he'd ever seen. And he would drink at these bars. He'd get these big, you know, big old, you know, beer mugs, and he would
mhm,
um, hang out with these sailors and these oil miners, you know, oil the guys that worked in the oil fields and cowboys. There were still cowboys in the town too.
yeah,
So dude, he had a wellspring of inspiration within, you know.
yeah. I think that's a lot of great writers have that. You know, you have your Hemingway. You know, the life he lived certainly lent to
Have you seen the
his
movie
experience.
about him? About Robert E. Howard? It's
Uh-uh.
pretty good actually. Vincent D'Onofrio plays him from Daredevil.
Oh, nice.
It's called The Whole Wide World, and Renee Zellweger's his girlfriend. It's a
Mm,
sad movie though, but
yeah, yeah,
I highly recommend it. It came out in the '90s, dude. But yeah, it's a
yeah,
sad story. You know,
yeah.
you know about what happened to him, right?
Uh-uh.
So basically, like his mom died. He had to take care of his mom a lot because she was so sick. And at the time, he wrote like so many stories. He was waiting for all these to get paid for all these stories, and back then it would take like 6 months, dude. And
Mm,
his dad was like a traveling doctor. So that happened, and his lady left him, dude, and he ended up committing suicide. He
mm,
died at the age of 32, I believe, if I'm not
dang.
mistaken. But yeah, and so
Yeah,
he had a bunch of work, unpublished work too, that just started. They keep finding more and more of it. But that kid, man, he had a bunch of stuff like this
yeah,
lined up. He's very well read, already writing, like creating worlds, dude. Like when he was in his teens, you know,
yeah. I
far out.
mean, to have just what he had already published, and by the time he was in his mid 30s, like
Yes, sir. Yeah. Like what are you doing? And Lovecraft was his homie, so you could buy the two like correspondence. They have two books of the letters that they would argue all the time, but they were buddies, and they put different characters within each universe. It's like they shared it. They would play in each other's sandboxes, and they were all part of the, they called the Lovecraft Circle. It was the pulp writers from Weird Tales, and it was him and Howard and Clark Ashton Smith, and then Howard died, or H.P. Lovecraft died like a year or two after that. It's pretty crazy time. And those two writers, man, they're a big influence on a lot of the pop culture stuff that's coming out, and then the last that's coming out and has been coming out like in the past 30 years. It's wild.
Omer Glitch says reading helps you understand language. It does. And Jury Duty, yes, is a Pauly Shore movie, but it's a different thing. I mean, Pauly Shore's movie probably is still pretty great, but this one's probably better. I gotta say. And he was a sad man. A lot of great writers are.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a movie wraps up. Little basically final fire burning down the temple there,
Burning it down.
It's one of those things where up until the point where it burns down, I'm thinking they should have just left that there so people could come visit it.
Yeah.
It's like Hobbiton, where in New Zealand, like people really want to go there. I would love to go
there. They could have built like 10 hotels around it. Over the mountain right there, over the ridge. Yeah.
And then couple of just great final shots.
It's a good shot right there.
And there's some voiceover talking about what happened to Conan, and he took the girl back to her dad, but then he went off to do more adventures. And the final, look at that.
That's the movie right there, man. He's the fucking lion, and Cole's the tiger, And I think what Milius did was, he just did such a good job putting the two of them together. Part of me hates it, but part of me kind of digs it in a weird, sinister way. Because it's just so cool. Like he's like just seeing him it's just such a cool progression, seeing him go from slave to pit fighter to to barbarian, and then you get the king. I mean, we get destroyer too. That one's fun. But there's actually this fabled rated R cut out there. That I because they had to switch it over. They really want to make those toys, so they PG-13'd it up.
Was there ever an animated
Yeah, there was. Yeah, dude. It's on Tubi sometimes. It's actually pretty good. If you don't follow, I highly recommend subscribing to the Conan the Barbarian YouTube channel. They just started it up probably about a year ago, dude. And they have an interview with the writer. She's awesome. She wrote some of the comics too, and she's like, I tried to put in so much of Howard into as much as I could. And it came out right around the time as He-Man. It's way better than He-Man. Way better. Yeah. I recommend it.
Let's see, we got apparently Bootlegger says that both Howard and Lovecraft worked for Weird Tales.
Yeah.
And he says, "You know your stuff, bro."
I know a little bit. I'm always trying to learn more. It's like you learn stuff and then you forget a lot of it too.
All right. Well, if anyone's wondering, for my first time watching Conan the Barbarian, yes, I enjoyed it. Very much. One of the things about this format that I like is it gives me an excuse to watch movies I haven't seen.
Right.
Otherwise, I might just kind of let them just go. I'm married. It's like a lot of times it's like we're trying to find something that we both agree on, and I'm not watching much of what I want to watch.
Time too. It's looking for the thing, and you're like,
yep, exactly. But this gives me an opportunity to be like, sorry, sweetheart, I have to watch this movie.
I have to watch this movie.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And so the last movie, which one was it? I think it might have been when Bootlegger was on, where the movie I wasn't quite so sure. No, we talked music, so it might have been Cole King. But anyways, I wasn't really sure about the movie, and by the end of the movie, or by the end of the our talk, I was
Yeah.
like, no, I get it. This is actually a really good movie. So I like having these conversations to have guys who know more about it clear things up, and I liked the movie previous to you talking to you, but you having filled in a bunch of stuff, it's like, yeah, I can see this is a really solid movie. So
Oh yeah, I
thanks
love.
for the help.
Yeah, I hope that they, I hope they make the third one with Arnold. Hope that comes
Mhm.
out. I wanted to make a video about this, but I'll just say right now, like movie theaters are closing, comic stores are closing, and like we're gonna be lucky to get a Conan movie at all. A lot of people are like,
Mhm.
he's too old. I mean, he is probably too old, but hopefully that's why he made the announcement. He wants to light a fire under their butts. And
Yeah.
McQuarrie's going to direct it. The guy that did the last 4 Mission Impossible movies, he did the script
Mhm.
too. So we'll see, man. Hopefully we get it. I want there to be one movie with Arnold. Just that I want that, in the chair. He's sitting there.
Yeah.
I want to get that movie, and then it's done. Reboot it and do an HBO show, and then each week, you maybe do one of the short stories, or maybe maybe a whole season is one story, because some of the stories are longer than the others. But I think HBO is completely where Conan needs to be at. How they handled
Yeah.
The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, Deadwood. It's perfect place to go. And yeah.
Yeah. Bootleggers asking the Australia one. No, it was uh oh no, I can't remember which movie it was. It was the werewolf. The yeah, the kind of werewolf movie.
Love werewolf
Is like a
movies, man.
sheriff.
Oh, what?
Um,
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
yeah, so it's a story about a sheriff, and his basically his life's fallen apart. And there's been some what they assume are well, everyone's assuming it's a werewolf attack. The whole town's like, I hear it's
Oh, I know what
werewolves.
you're
He's
talking about now. Yeah,
Snow
yeah,
the Wolf of Snow Hollow, werewolf, the
yeah,
Wolf of Snow
yeah,
Hollow. Yeah.
yeah. I gotta
Um,
watch that. That looks cool.
I wa- I watched it, and at first I was like, I don't know if I like this. I'm
Mhm.
not sure. But then whoever I watched it with, um, yeah, now I can't remember that either. But they really helped me understand like certain aspects of it. There, the twists, and certain characters showed up here and there, and
A lot of unpacking in there.
yeah. And by the end of it, I was like, no, you're right. This is actually a
Why
pretty
did you
darn good
sway
movie.
me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
But
I love werewolves, man. That's like, I don't know. Anytime I love them. I still have to
yeah,
watch the new I still have to watch Wolfman. That movie really chapped my hide, but because for me, like my favorite werewolf movie is the Benicio del Toro one. I love that movie, the Wolfman, that
uh,
remake with Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, yeah.
I love
Haven't
that one.
seen that one.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
It's
haven't seen.
gothic, it's gory, it's action packed, it's got great cinematography. It's
Yeah.
from the director of The Rocketeer and Captain America, Joe Johnston. He also worked on Raiders of the Lost Ark, and yeah, dude,
So
check it out. It's got some
the
dodgy CGI here and there, but it's fucking Rick Baker does the makeup for it, bro. Too.
I'll
So.
have to check that out, because I love the Rocketeer and Captain
Mhm.
America. Are you talking Captain America, the first Avenger, the first
Yeah,
Captain America movie?
yeah,
For my money, Iron Man, obviously number one. It's just a great movie.
yeah, dude.
Captain America's a really, really close second. Like I think
Good,
it
dude.
tops all the other.
It had that charm too of that era of Rocketeer. That
Mhm.
little sheen, that like that vibe. And
Yeah.
it's the same director.
Yep. Brotherhood of the Wolf is a good one. I remember seeing that
Yes, that's a great
in the
film. I have that. It's kind of slow, but it's good. I have
yeah,
that on DVD.
remember
About
seeing
the
I think I saw it in the theaters, but I don't really remember. I have to check that one out.
about the main werewolf myth in world history.
Yeah.
It's a region of Gévaudan, and
Mm.
there was this wolf that was going around killing a bunch of people, and the king like hired a bunch of like bounty hunters to find this wolf. Oh, it's great. But they
Yeah.
kind of do a spin and add
Yeah.
martial arts to it, and it's wild. It's a good movie though.
Yeah. The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Yeah, I'd say check it out. It's actually pretty good. It's got a decent twist in it. But I watched for the first time, another one that I've watched recently for the first time was American Werewolf
In London.
in London.
Yeah, that's everyone's favorite. It's because it's got the best werewolf transformation, arguably. It's all in hard
I
light. It's hard to
I
do that
didn't
shit.
I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I liked the like the transformation, like the uncomfortableness,
Yeah,
and I liked those scenes.
yeah,
But
dude.
there was such a hard shift into comedy that it threw me off completely.
Yeah, it's kind of weird for some people.
I liked like the beginning where him and his buddy are really
Yeah,
really well written.
I can
I
almost
liked
guarantee you'd
all the
like the
builds
movie
up.
a second and third time. I'm pretty sure, just because you know what you know
Um,
now, you'd be like, yeah,
maybe.
it's pretty good. Like some of the dreams, for me, the dream scares got me, dude. Like when he's in the hospital bed in the woods,
Oh
when he's
yeah.
dreaming all that shit.
Mhm.
But the scariest scene for me is when he's hunting that guy in the subway, and there's that last
Yeah.
shot, that God view shot where the beast is just kind of coming up, about to
Yeah.
bite
Yeah.
him. But the
I'll
howling,
tell
bro,
you,
that's my favorite. After, I don't know if you've seen that, but
I haven't seen that one either. But one of the things that really got me was I did not know who directed American Werewolf in London until
oh,
the
man,
car crash scene. And then I'm
oh
like, oh, yeah, I know who directed this now. He did the exact same thing in the Blues Brothers.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I just, yeah, it just didn't do it for me. But,
That's like the
anyways,
crown jewel, dude, of all of werewolf movies is American Werewolf. I like it too.
mm,
But have you seen The Howling?
no, haven't seen that
Oh,
one
check
either.
check The Howling out, bro. That one's my favorite. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's pretty badass, dude.
Bootlegger says
Check
he
it out.
hated the Wolfman.
The Lon Chaney Jr. one, or the Benicio del Toro one, or the new one that just came out. There's kind of three pretty big ones now. There's also Abbott and Costello. That one was cool. I love that. That was
Yeah.
my gateway into it. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not more into like the horror movies, because when I was a kid, and I'm sure you probably remember these books at the library, but they were
With the orange font,
um uh
black and white ones.
yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, so you'd had the
Universal one.
werewolf,
Yeah, yeah.
Godzilla.
I love
Yeah,
those,
the
dude. Yeah, dude. I want to buy them all, bro.
I
I heard
would
they're like
check those out.
expensive now. I heard they're expensive now. They're like a
Oh, I'm
collector's
sure
item
they
now.
are.
Yeah, Dog Soldiers is brilliant,
Yeah,
dude.
but
Yeah,
I check those things out all the time, like, and just, you know, eat them up, but
yeah.
like, yeah,
Me
never
too.
really got into like, never seen any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. Like, I have
First
just
one's the best, dude. I'd say for Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. Then my second favorite would probably be New Nightmare, because it's a movie within a movie. Like literally, like
mm,
Freddy Krueger's presence is going and killing Robert Englund and the cast. So it's a movie within a movie.
mhm,
It's like being John Malkovich before that came out.
yeah,
And then my set my,
um,
my the other one would be Freddy versus Jason. That movie's just fun. And then the third would be Nightmare on Elm
yeah.
Street 3, Dream Warriors. That one's pretty fucking good, actually.
I'll have to get on those
Yeah,
when
they're fun,
I
dude.
at some point. Or my
They're just
first kind of like horror franchise I'm gonna try to get through is Phantasm. I saw Phantasm 1. Not a
yeah,
good movie, but very enjoyable.
yeah. I like the first one the best, dude. I think his opus though is Beastmaster. I don't know if you've ever seen the Beastmaster. That's great for me. Like in Sword and Sorcery,
I've
that's the
seen
second, after Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, I've seen parts of it for sure. But
Yeah,
yeah, I like some of the themes that they touch on in Phantasm, and I just want to see if they kind of dig into it more.
and the next ones.
Like the frequency stuff and the
Yeah,
other universe stuff. But we got some
wild.
comments. For me, Evil Dead 2 is best horror comedy.
Yeah, that's when they started introducing the Three Stooges splat stick humor in there. It's pretty good. I
Yeah,
love Evil Dead. That's my favorite franchise, bar none.
and yeah. I that was one that I better than Army of Darkness. Uh, it's a different
All
thing, but
different.
yeah, the Evil Dead was a franchise that I did get into, like,
Oh, really?
back in the day. Yeah, I
Solid, dude.
really,
Can't touch it. That first
yeah.
movie is fucking terrifying. Second one's
Mhm.
fun. It's comedy. Third one's just straight up sword and sorcery, like Conan. But with
Yeah.
comedy, and that's my favorite one, dude. Like in retrospect, I'm like, damn, but they're all so good, and they're different subgenres of horror. But I love Army of Darkness, bro. Like that's what got me into it. And just it's badass,
Yeah.
badass. So,
It's one of those franchises though where if you're trying to convince somebody to watch it, almost feel like it's like, do I warn them that it's just going to take a hard left
Uh-huh.
and there's going to be skeletons doing the eye poking?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I'm just gonna let this happen, Yeah.
All right, so let's before we got a little before we wrap up, because I'm sure it's getting late. What are we at? Almost 2 hours,
2 hours.
so actually not too bad. Typically an hour and a half to 2 hours is what we're sitting on this show. But let's talk about Hell War real quick. Then I'm going to I got a
Sweet.
screen to share here. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, did that work? Is it working? There we go.
Oh, nice. I already got another backer.
Oh, we got real quick. Genuine Comics saying, "Good morning, friends. It's we got about a 8 hour difference from my time, so that to Dave's
What's up, Dave?
uh, over there. So he's just waking up apparently. So thanks for joining, Dave. Thanks for joining everyone. Actually, I'm very grateful. Hell War. Tell us. You mentioned talked a little bit about it before, but yeah, let's hear about more about
Mm,
Hellward.
For sure, man.
Should I
Um,
try to play the trailer?
sure, if you want. I made it a little cringy, but it's fun. It's just my music, though.
All right. So
It shouldn't be any copyright stuff.
yeah, well, last time I tried to play a trailer, nothing happened. So
Oh,
let's
okay.
see what happens this time.
Then I think you got to hit the play button on the
Click
left,
that.
and I think they make you do it twice for some reason on there.
Come on now.
There it is.
All right, and everyone's got to let me know if there's sound.
Oh, there's some sound, or I don't hear the sound, but I think the sounds might be off. But
Sound. Um, Hold on. Let me. You said there's no sound.
there is, but it kind of sounds like it's in the background or something. Doesn't sound like a
Let me
plug-in.
check and see if there's a.
But if you want to, I could just talk about it. If
Yeah, I don't know why, because I think that's what happened last time. Is it was super low volume, and it's turned all the way up on the thing. So yeah, well, we'll just we'll have have you
yeah,
just
right.
kind of give us the live version of the trailer.
For sure, man. The book. I guess I'll talk about the format real quick. It's going to be almost 12 by 12, 11 by 8 by 11 by 8. It's going to look like a heavy metal album, pretty much. So it's a square book,
Nice.
large format. That's kind of the format of it. There's also the first 13 pages on the campaign. So you guys, if you want to take a Hell War for a test ride, go for it. You'll see a lot of metal references in there for fun, and the tone of the book is a lot like Army of Darkness. The story, it takes place in the 90s after Ragnarok, and
Mm.
the main character is Bert Hellwar, and he during the day he plays in his Viking metal band Hellwar. He's the guitar player. It's his band, and he also has he's also a mechanic. He has a shop called Volking Repairs. He moonlights as a bounty hunter for Helnora of Helheim, and he's been doing that for hundreds of years. The story takes place on the last mission that he has to do, the last bounty he has to collect. And once he's done with that, she's going to set him free and his brother free. But there's a little more than meets the eye in this story that he's unaware of. She's actually going to put him on another mission,
Mm.
and he's actually going to have to go deal with some demons from the past. And yeah,
As is often the case with various gods.
oh yeah, right. They don't play fair, and like I said before on other streams and stuff, I was inspired by the character Pendergast, played brilliantly by Robert Duvall in the movie Falling Down. In that movie, he has to deal with this guy going pretty crazy in L.A. in the around the 90s, and
Mhm.
yeah, well, this shit kind of hits the fan, and nothing stops. And it's his last day in the force. So
I like the I'm a sucker for uh like oversized or different sized comics.
yeah, me too,
Um
man.
I know some people like oh, you know, I can't fit it in my long box or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like it's like I'm more likely to display it in some way because it's, you know, it I like that. Hold on, let me see if I
Well, this one I say you can put on the shelf next in your crate next to Motorhead and Black Sabbath next to Ozzy and Lemmy.
yeah.
Um,
The I don't know if you've ever if you know Madman Mike Allred.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
He had a mini series called Red Rocket 7. Let me see if I can make myself bigger here. And his this one's the size of a 45 or whatever, but
That's
his
cool.
original series was the same, you know, full record size. I wish I still had that, but I got this for free, so I'm okay with that.
That's cool, right?
But yeah, like that oversized, different size stuff. Yeah, I'm all for that. So
I love that too. Like even like the Savage Sword of Conan stuff. A lot of the French like Bond des Années. And we
mhm.
live in a time where we could do stuff like that now. So
Yeah,
I really like to mess with format, even though I'm an indie guy and I'm not a pro, and but I try to do that. Um, yeah, man, and here he's going to go up against a bunch of different enemies right there. That's the thing is too, another big element to the story is he turns into the Hellbinger. That's that character on the right there.
mhm.
If he doesn't play with metal, slay with metal, or work on metal, he turns into the Hellbinger. It's just like mindless beast. I was inspired by the Incredible Hulk, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Also
Yeah,
Lobo. I love Lobo. That was a big
mhm.
inspiration. I wanted to do like a biker kind of comic mixed with Norse mythology. So that's how I tied it together. And I wanted to lean heavy into like biker lore. I really liked like Sons of Anarchy. There was a show on the 90s called Renegade with Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah.
That was like a big inspiration. In the metal scene, dude, in the 90s, I really liked. I think that was the best time. It really was. So a lot of the story takes place, not a lot. The first third of the book takes place in LA,
Mm.
like in Hollywood. Like it's an alternate reality of it. The book is in black and white too. I'd like to add that.
Yeah.
190, 106 pages. The book's done. It's with the editor right now. I've already lettered it twice just for fun, and like for like the vibe and the feel of the book. I wanted the book to look real dirty, real grimy and greasy, like you found it like in a back alley record store in Norway, or in the gutter on Sunset Boulevard or Hollywood Boulevard. And so you'll see whiteout on there. You'll see coffee stains. I'm actually going to go in there and add more stuff to it just for fun. Um,
Yeah.
little things here and there. So that's
Like,
that's the look of the book that I'm going for. Not every book I'm doing is gonna go for that. So I just
the
want to let you
coffee
guys know.
stains the coffee stains thing reminds me of a what was it? I think it was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles uh cover that had it was one of my favorite covers because it
Yeah.
had the coffee stains on it. It's like the
I,
ring from your cup.
yeah, I love that, and just like the little spills too. Like I want to do another book too, like this in color, so it's even more kind of dirtier, if
Yeah.
you will. Like but that one I was thinking without too far in the future, but something a little more like hard boiled, you dude, like Nor detective kind of.
Mhm, mhm.
I think that would be fun. And then
Yeah.
I have an alternate cover right there by Preston F.A.O. All
Nice.
books are going to come with a free glow in the dark guitar pick, poster 11 by
Nice.
17 of the Hellbinger, and a bumper sticker as well. And I just opened up shipping globally right now. I got 2 commissions left on there. I have one more page of original art. I'm probably going to expand the original art tiers, put some more up on there because I have like 30 more days left. So
Mm.
yeah, been working on this book for about 3 years off and on. So it's
Nice.
yeah.
I like that you're going for like a true kind of underground, you know, thing. That's a I like that idea.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely leaning into that a
And
bunch.
I saw I forget whose stream you were on, but you're talking about you went with like pencil, like a lot of pencil work instead of um for your lines and stuff, right?
There might be like some pencils in there, but I don't think. I think because it's grayscale, so it kind of looks a little pencily, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's all ink.
Oh,
But I
nice.
do, yeah, I don't think I put any really too much pencils in here. Maybe in the end, but
Mm.
I do, I do, I do that now though more. Like I like doing that now,
Yeah.
because like ink wash pencils give another tone, another gradient, and
Mhm.
it makes it more toothy, more gritty too as well. Like right there,
Yeah.
that's a marker right there. I had this scene in my head where they're playing on stage, him and his brother. Like the thing about his brother is he could learn things really quick. So when there's a scene where he teaches his brother how to play like a riff real quick so they could go on stage, and I wanted the lights to go out, and all you see are these black metal faces, these black metal elves.
Mm.
Like they're just terrifying.
Nice.
Their mouth are just filled with sharp teeth, and they're just like, oh, tough crowd, huh? All right, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to do something. And then I had a lot of fun with the anatomy too, so that the characters look kind of specifically like Bert and his brother Wreckbolt. They got some
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
anatomy and that was from like the Street Fighter comics. I don't know if you ever. I wasn't like a super big fan of them. Sometimes there's
Mhm.
comics that come out I'm not a big fan of, but I like little attributes of them. And
Yeah.
for me, it was the exaggerated anatomy of that. Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about, with the Street
like
Fighter, like
yeah, like Saget. You got these big shoulders, and
yeah.
it's just fun.
Yeah. You said how many days left on the campaign?
I believe there's 30 or 31. I'd have to check because of the time structure.
Should say
But we
here
just
some.
clicked
Yeah,
over 30 days.
30 days.
So
Yep.
got like 4 more shows lined up over the next week and a half. So I'm pretty pumped for that. And thanks again for bringing me on here with such style. I do appreciate it.
Oh,
I do
no
have
problem.
the now it is available everywhere globally, but it is a little pricey. I had
Mhm.
people overseas like just put it up there, man. If people want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't. Like, you know what? Who am I to say no? But here's the amount, and you guys shouldn't get charged again. It's all going to be charged up front. I don't want people
Yeah.
to have to 6 months later. I'm sending the books out, but here's 10 more bucks I need from you. So
Yeah, yeah.
there's no like surprises.
Yeah.
It's that in there, and then there's digital for 13. So and the first 13 pages are up on the campaign, so you guys could test write it.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, the digital, everyone, it's always going to be a better, but man, like especially when you got like a specialty kind of comic,
Yeah,
it's got its cool side,
I think
we
that's
all
why
love
this.
the physical, but like then you add on top of it, it's not, it's it's a special, it's a special
Yeah,
comic.
I'm gonna have to reformat it. Like, so if I do it again, I'm probably like if I print them again, I won't do a campaign. I'm gonna do them like a magazine style, like an
Mm,
A4 or something. Then I'm gonna have to go in and reformat 106 pages,
yeah.
so it fits that. So this fits to like 11.8 by 11.8, so
Yeah.
it looks like the album that you could put on the. And then if I did hit like a special goal, I would make a record sleeve that it would go in. That was the whole. I had big plans for this, but I knew that I could. It would be a challenge just to even kind of sell people on the concept of the format of it. So I was like,
Yeah.
well, if you get the book printed, like that's the main thing. So
Mhm.
I'm grateful that I've been on shows to promote it, and so many people like picked it up already. So I'm already stoked. That way, I know that there's people that like there's interest in it out there. At least that's
Yeah, yeah.
you know you work on something for a few years. You never really know.
Yeah,
So
and you're doing pretty well. I know, having talked to other people, like there's the slump in the middle, you get your big
yeah.
boost in the slump, and so, um hoping for that big finish, and
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. Yeah. And I
yeah,
do have ideas for the story does end. There's going to be big sequences in here, like Conan, right? There'll be like 10
yeah,
pages with no dialogue. It's just a big fight sequence. And I'm really into fight choreography and whatnot. So there's stuff like that in there. But there is an ending to this. I wanted it to be a hard ending, but there will be a little speck of something. And the book
yeah,
does have a little heart, but for the people watching, like I said, Evil Dead is my favorite franchise. So there's always going to be a little of that in me. I have to like
mhm,
not put that kind of flavor in my, you know,
yeah,
uh, tongue in cheek style with gore and splat stick and whatnot.
yeah. So, even the so if like you get your all covers, but even the just people who get just the cover A or alter they get the pick, they get the this all this stuff in there too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
See
wanted
that
to
that's
try to
a
build value. You know what I mean? Like no
yeah,
matter what, you know. So
that's a good deal. Like and then all covers, that's that's not a bad price at all for yeah. So if you're watching now or later and you haven't backed this, and go check out the campaign page, give it a back. I'm I'm
thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I I'm going to at some point. I like I said, I work in construction, and it's feast or famine. Right now is not a feast
Yeah,
moment.
I know how it is. Yeah, I got family that do that, and I know the roller coaster. You know, the
Yeah,
seasons.
yeah. Um, I know the jobs. I know the jobs coming up in the next few weeks. It's one of those ones that keeps getting pushed off because they keep changing stuff. It's like, can you guys not do that anymore? I got rent coming up, guys. But
Right.
but so yeah, it's looks great. Like I said, I'm a sucker for cool covers. I like the grimy in super indie, underground look of it. And yeah, and if it's inspired by Conan and
Oh,
all
for
these
sure.
other things, like I I'm apparently I'm into Conan. So
Yeah. It's hard not to, man. You know, he's just pure freedom, and it's really
yeah.
American. You know, it's a man going out there on the frontier. You know,
Hmm.
it's definitely not Tolkien couldn't have wrote it, or anybody else for that matter. You know, so I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
as us, we can always relate to that on a prime level if we hate it or not. You know, but
yeah.
a lot of people like it once they get in there. You know, I don't know.
So well, my thing. Wait, let's go. There we go. My thing is, I did not big in sword and sorcery and like just general fantasy.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, the Lord of the Rings, love it. It's
love.
fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But generally speaking, I'm not a fantasy guy.
Yeah, no. And a good way to
Uh,
compare the two is you compare Aragorn to
mhm,
Conan, and that's a perfect example of sword and sorcery compared to like a good fantasy. Would like you put Logan or not Logan, you put Conan and Aragorn together, and
yeah.
and make them do a book together, and you would see that there's a big difference between the two of them.
Mhm.
They're both
But
awesome. You know,
so yeah, I think I've kind of never really went towards Conan because I thought it was fantasy. Uh, I'm more hard sci-fi in the
yeah,
stuff, like books I read and stuff. But yeah, so it's a different breed. It's
it's
um
dirty too, though. That's what's kind of cool about it. Uh,
mhm.
it's like kind of
And
down to earthy. That's why I always liked about Howard's fantasy or his sword and sorcery, because his father of his, it's always dirt under the nails, and like he's fighting
yeah,
things that are kind of most of the time realistic. Oh, this is a dragon. Oh, it's a stegosaurus actually, or there's a lot of giant snakes, which we had.
yeah,
There's I don't know, man. There's a lot of realistic monsters and whatnot that are in there, and the sorcery isn't really explained too much, so it seems real but scary at the same time because it is the unexplained. I don't know.
yeah, and it's
Cool.
also quick in the
Yeah,
sense of
the pulp. Yeah,
yeah, in the sense of
plot.
like the scene in the movie with the girl at the beginning that he hence throws in the fire.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a quick like there's not a lot of one of the problems I have with fantasy is you start reading the book, and they give these names,
yeah, yeah.
and
It's too much, dude. Too much.
there's a certain point where
Boot
you
it,
read
boot it, bro.
someone's
Yeah.
yeah, you read people's names, and it's just like, I don't this is
My
yeah, I don't
forebearer. You're like, nah,
yeah.
my family, my clan, my crest, my crestfallen. No, and
Yeah.
that's the thing too, man. Like even Howard talks about like writing even, and that's pulps too. A lot, the sword and sorcery most of the time was pulpy, and it's
Mhm.
just really like a lot of plot, really really good plot, no character development whatsoever,
Yeah.
and a little bit of humor, but don't dwindle like on the humor too much, and just keep it
Mhm.
moving. Because a lot of these guys, they didn't have radio. They would be working a construction job or something like that, some brutal
Yeah.
shit, They'd get home with a beer or a bottle of pop, and they'd want to read a quick, 20 to 300 page book and story in Savage or in Weird Tales.
Yeah.
Let's get in there, and I think that's what's missing now. We don't have any pulps anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's like me. I'm trying to do that a little bit on this for fun, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm loving it. So
Well, it's that if you enjoy it, there's bound to be out there who will as well.
yeah, you never know. I think if you enjoy it, you're reading it, you're laughing, live it like like. Am I laughing at my own shit? Am I like conceited, or is it funny, or am I nuts? Am I having fun? Yes. Are we having fun? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing it.
All right. Well, let's. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up because it's getting late, and
Yeah.
you know, sleep is calling old
Yeah, right.
guys to it's loving arms. But I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your love for Conan the Barbarian and helping me kind of understand it better and enjoy it, and turning someone who was like, it's all right, to like, hey, this is actually, yeah, I might have to look more into this stuff.
Yeah, I think you'll love it. Yeah, it's like one of those holes like, okay, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and thanks for sharing your campaign, and hopefully people will watch in the future, and um, I also do the short little trailers. I don't know if you've seen any of those I've been posting lately. um, when I eventually get Hell War, I want to be able to try to do one of those as well, kind of get
Well, I've
more
seen
eyes
them,
on
dude.
it.
That's how I found out about you, and you're on TikTok too. I'm like, oh, this guy does some good trailers. Like he's doing some
Thank you.
quick, solid reviews of books. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how I found out about you.
Yeah, that's I just, it's just trying to get eyes on stuff that I enjoy, stuff that needs more eyes on it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Thank you, and I'll say thank you from the indie scene, man. We all need eyes on stuff. People forget us.
Yeah. We got Dave saying, "Have a great Sunday, everyone." And
I go on Dave's show, man. I always work Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
I work 12 hours on Sunday, 12 hours.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's life. That's
yeah. I mean, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I got a job. Some people don't. So
yeah. So yeah, thanks again. We will see everyone next week. I don't have any guests lined up. Maybe I'll just come on and yap for a while. I don't know. But I think my next guest the week after is, I think it's Gnarly Comics Michael. His last name I forget. But yeah, he's got his comic coming out called Cool It.
oh, okay, Michael. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I got everything except for his last name. You put the clue, everyone. I think he's gonna be my next guest. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look it up. But anyways, yeah. So maybe next week, maybe not. We'll let you know. See you guys on Twitter. Go read some good comics, and go back Hell War.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Yes, sir. Have a good one, everyone.
Later, everybody.